welcome Panther fans to our Panther Live broadcast of homecoming night. Here you can see it's a wet one. We are going to connect to AM radio 1230 KBOZ ESPN. So here during the player introductions, go ahead and enjoy these introductions while we'll be connecting to ESPN radio. You're probably going to hear our switchboard operator at the radio station, so that's part of the cool part of the live stream is you get to hear some of the stuff going on there at the radio station. Let's see if we can get hooked up with these guys here. And it's been raining here for the past about 48 hours, so it could be a muddy one here tonight. Joining me on the broadcast will be Mr. Andy Demjanovic, providing all of the insight. Former defensive coordinator for the Belgrade Panthers. We'll go ahead and bring him on right now. And Mr. Demjanovic, hey, welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks.
Hey, we're on Panther Live right now. We're going to go ahead and get connected to our radio call. Okay, we are calling in right now. Let's see if we get this to work.
Hello?
Hey, Jill, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. Hey, you're on our live stream for our YouTube viewers right now. But we are ready to go if you need to take a moment to get it set up.
Okay. Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah, you want my cell phone number?
Yeah.
Okay, my personal cell phone. Again, I'm putting this out over the air, so I'll enjoy getting some text messages.
Just mute
here.
yourself.
It's 419-356-0671.
419?
Yep, 419 area code.
356?
Yep.
Okay. All right, hold on a minute.
Hey, Baron. Baron. If that live stops being read and we lost connection, try to reconnect. No, we're good. I don't have the connection in here. I'm just going to base it off of you. Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You sound a little funny.
Okay, do you want me to open?
Excuse me?
What's that?
That's a little bit better. Are we on the? We're not on the air right now, are we?
No.
Okay.
It's really echoey.
Okay. Let me ask you if that helped or not. We're here. Let me turn you down. Is that any better?
Okay. Yeah, yep.
That's better. I had you too loud on ours.
Okay. So do you want me to start to open?
Just one moment here. I'm pulling up something.
Okay, just let me know whenever you're ready.
Okay.
It's 60 seconds long or something.
Yeah. You want me to tell you when we're 60 seconds away? That's what you want me to do?
What's that?
You want me to tell you when I'm 60 seconds away?
Well, our open is 60 seconds. So if you want me to play it, when you're 60 seconds ready to start, yeah.
Okay, and then when the open's over, how will I know the open's done?
What's that?
How will I know that the opening is done?
I will tell you.
Okay, and then the call I'm going to give when I'm going to a break is I'm going to say we're going on a however many second break on KBOZ ESPN radio. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Can you turn your deal down a little bit?
I can. Let me turn down my main a little bit. Tell me if this is any better. I've turned down our audio a little bit. I'm going to have Andy step in here and say something for us.
How you doing? Welcome to Belgrade versus Havre High Homecoming 2017.
Okay. Yep, that's better.
We're better? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say we've still got a minute or two here. We're not yet at the coin toss. I'll probably bring it in at the coin toss.
Okay, yeah, and I'll just count you down. I will give you a 10-second warning and then count you down from 5.
Okay, and you can go ahead. We're ready for you to start your opening. We're doing the coin toss, so go ahead and give us 60 seconds. I know.
You ready?
Yep, go ahead and do 60 seconds.
And when you go to break,
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said you would say, but maybe just say, like, we're going to take a 30-second
Right.
So I know how much time.
Yeah, I'll say we're taking a 30-second break, and then maybe you're listening to Panther football on KBOZ, ESPN radio. Does that sound all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if you always want more time, you can tell me after break.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Thank you.
We got 10 seconds.
Okay.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, it's homecoming at Belgrade High School. We have the Havre Blue Ponies visiting the Belgrade Panthers here on a rainy day here in Belgrade, Montana. My name is Nate Parsegian. Joining me on the broadcast is Andy Demjanovich. Andy, thanks for being with us here.
Yeah, good to be back with you.
So Andy is our resident expert here, former Panther football coach, defensive specialist. We just had the coin toss here at midfield. Again, it's been raining for the past 48 hours here. It's going to be sloppy conditions. Those of you watching on our live stream can see the field here right now, but those of you listening on the radio, I'm going to try to explain to you how the conditions are progressing here through the game. As right now the referees are huddling here at midfield. Let's go ahead and kick it over for some analysis. Andy, let's talk about the Panthers here first. Going into game 4 here, 1-2 on the season. What do the Panthers need to do to get a win on homecoming night here?
Yeah, I think they got to take care of the ball. Obviously, whenever you have the elements, especially this downpour of the rain, you got to take care of the ball. Case in point, even last week, you look at Havre playing Laurel. Havre didn't do too bad. They scored 21 against Laurel, but they had 4 turnovers, including a pick 6 and another interception that was ran down to Havre's own 5 for another score by Havre. So you got to definitely take care of the football, and we'll see what the elements do tonight. See what the teams are going to do, if they're going to try to stay balanced and throw and pass or just stick to the run game. But either way, you got to take care of the football tonight. This is a big game. Both teams are kind of in the lower half of the Eastern A right now. Going into tonight, and there's only top 6 go to the playoffs, so this is a big game for both teams.
Well, we're ready to go. Havre will kick off, and receiving for the Belgrade Panthers, as it's a short kick headed towards the out-of-bounds line and just jumped on there at about the 30-yard line. So Belgrade will go to work from their own 30. Again, in the rainy conditions, expect to see quite a bit on the running game, but Max Schumacher will be calling the signals for the Panthers here tonight as he huddles his team here, getting ready for this first play of the game.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Lewis elects to do on first down if he wants to get the run game going. Expect some more heavy formations that the Panther used to do in pass, and here we go as they do with their load formation.
Yeah, in shotgun formation right now, Max Schumacher with a single back, and he is going to keep it himself, looking for some room on the left side. Brought down after a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. Will bring up a 2nd and 7. And again, right away, you see Max pretty careful there how he's handling this wet football.
Yeah, you got to make sure you keep that tucked to your body and controlled as most as you can. Kind of almost lost his footing, but he made a great read and cut back for a few yards here.
Again, here in a tight formation in shotgun, single back. Give is to the running back onto the left side. Looking for some room was number 22, Ethan Major, on the carry. Picks up a couple more yards. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 3 for the Panthers from their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Lewis in his run package has always ran a lot of that load formation there. It helps get you leverage on either side of the field. It's a tough formation to play against, and they come right back to it.
Schumacher takes the snap. Give is to Major and hit in the backfield and brought down for a loss on the play. It's going to be now 4th down and 5, and we must assume a punting situation here. And again, with the conditions here tonight, special teams could play a very big role in tonight's game. And receiving this punt for the Havre Blue Ponies is Ethan Roberts and Ivar Agason.
Yeah, like you said, special teams is going to be huge because they can then, be able to change field position. And you got to be able to handle the snaps and handle the punt and be able to get a clean ball off, Rugsby style off to the right.
Yeah, Bagby's punt rolls down into Havre territory and will be downed at the 36-yard line. So now Havre will get their first shot at offense here, starting at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, Belgrade comes out in a more rugby-style punt as kind of success with a no return.
Trey Murphy will be the signal caller for the Blue Ponies. 10-10 to go here in the first quarter. 0-0 is the score. Havre at Belgrade here on homecoming night.
Havre comes to a similar tight load formation with motion, offsets it to the right to try to gain leverage. Belgrade does a great job of coming up.
Yeah, pitch to the right, not much room there. Stopped for, looks like one yard loss on the play.
Yeah, good leverage by the corner there. Had a nice fit, and backers flowing from the inside out, and forced it back, and they definitely set the edge there for the defense. Great job.
So now 2nd down and 11 here for the Blue Ponies in shotgun formation. Man in motion now, taking the snap and giving right up the middle. Not much room again. Belgrade defense stout right up the middle. Just a pickup of 1 yard will bring up a 3rd and long here in the rainy conditions.
Yeah, nice job by Blade Vega there, the linebacker, inside linebacker. Made a great read, came up on the run fit, and made a great tackle too. Especially in this weather, you don't want to tackle high. It gets wet and loose, and he chopped the pig on that by going low and stopped for a small gain.
So 3rd and long here. Blue Ponies breaking the huddle. Again, Trey Murphy, the signal caller for Havre. In shotgun formation, he has 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Looking to throw across the middle to the tight end. It's almost intercepted by the Panthers. Wirtz on the defense there almost had that interception.
Yeah,
it's going to bring up 4th and 10.
Yeah, good drop by the again by the linebacker, and quarterback. Ball's probably pretty slippery. Probably couldn't get that over the top. He's got to keep it low and tight, and that's throwing in the middle of the field might be a little bit tougher tonight.
Low snap gets the punt off. A pretty nice punt here. Easton Page will field it, and he has a little bit of room on the right side, looking for a block, and he is out of bounds. It looks like near the 40-yard line. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Panther Football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Back in 30 seconds.
What? 10 seconds.
I'm only going to want it really on the scoring drive, probably, anyway. It's okay.
5,
But bring it to me.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Back in action here. Easton Page on the first down, end around, looks to get back up the middle and picks up a few yards here for Belgrade. We are again here early in the first quarter, 8:30 to go. Belgrade on their second possession here. It'll be 2nd down and 6 on that first down play. Easton Page was given the end around and picked up a couple of yards. Belgrade has the ball at about the 44-yard line on their own side.
Yeah, Coach Lewis continues to want to go more load run formations to get Easton, maybe Ethan, some more carries. Especially a good fit for the rain, so we'll see what happens.
Give up the middle is to Major. Flag on the play.
don't know if there was a receiver that left earlier, if there was two guys in motion, or was there offsides?
Let's see here. It looks like it's going to be against the Panthers.
Yeah, you got an illegal shift there, is the call. So must have had two guys moving at once.
55 viewers right now on our live stream. That's a new Panther Live record. Thanks for joining us on the live broadcast. Terrible weather here in Belgrade, Montana tonight. It's been raining for about 48 hours straight. It's going to turn to snow here in a couple hours. Hopefully we're out of here before the snow starts.
Yeah, but you got it set up nicely here where we could camp. You pretty much buried us in here, so
yeah,
well done.
We have a very nice setup here in the press box at Belgrade High School on homecoming night. 2nd and 11 now. Panthers at their own 37-yard line. Going to be an end around again to Easton Page. He's looking for room on the sidelines. Is finally pushed out of bounds as he gets back up near the 44-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 to go.
Yeah, and Easton just showed his athleticism as a defensive personnel for Havre. Busted through the line, almost had Easton for a loss, and stiff arm in the backfield. And now he got about 4 yards on the carry there because of it. So nice play by Easton there to get around that defender.
Gabe Lynn runs in the play here for the Panthers, now breaking the huddle on this 3rd and 5. Panthers will need to get to midfield here to pick up the 1st down. Schumacher with 3 receivers to his right takes the snap, looks to throw to his right. Now he's going to keep it, and he is running. He's going to have a chance at the 1st down, and he is torn down near the 1st down yardage. I want to get a number on this Havre defender who had a great play. That was number 3, Mason Dion there with the play for the Blue Ponies. It brings up down at 4th and 2 from about midfield, and I think Belgrade might go for it.
It looks like their punt personnel just ran on just late. It's tempting to go for it, but with the conditions, they have an opportunity to pin Havre deep into their own territory. And it looks like Coach Kinnaman, who is always a field position kind of coach, and he wants to push them back so they have a better chance.
Punting now for the Panthers. Travis Bagby rolls to his right. Just gets this punt off before he is nearly blocked.
Yeah, I think he had a successful on the first one. The timing's there, but in the rain and stuff like that, you got to be careful, I think, on these rugby-style punts. They might think about going maybe just conventional because if they don't get that off and it's a tight game, it could change the momentum of the game big time. So we'll see if Coach Robinson, the special teams coordinator, wants to stay with that rugby-style punt after that close block on the next punt possession.
Again, 0-0 is the score. 6:44 to go here in the first quarter. Havre on their 2nd drive of the game and fighting for yardage right now. It looks like Mason Dion, and he picks up quite a few yards as he crosses midfield. It's going to be a pickup of about 15 yards and into Belgrade territory. 1st down for the Havre Blue Ponies.
Yeah, nice run there by Havre, and this is what they kind of looked like when they ran the ball against Havre or Laurel last week and had some success. So Laurel, a solid team, is tied for 1st in the Eastern A with Sydney at 3-0. So we'll see if Havre decides to stick with the run. They had a little success there. Yeah,
loaded backfield here, but back to pass, looking and overthrowing the intended target there. So pass incomplete will bring up 2nd down and 10 just across midfield again. We have 6:32 to go in the first quarter. The Belgrade Panthers and the Havre Blue Ponies are tied 0-0 here on homecoming night at Belgrade High School.
Yeah, Havre elects to throw on 1st down there, and quarterback struggled a little bit last week, and now you got the elements. So we'll see how much Havre continues to try to pass tonight. Oh, we got a jet sweep look by Havre coming across from left to right hash on the play and counter back underneath back to the original hash there, and Belgrade sniffs it out and stops them. It's now 3rd and 8 for Havre on the left hash of the Belgrade 45-yard line. We'll see what Havre elects to do here, Nate.
Yeah, this is the first possession so far that's crossed midfield for either team. 3rd down and long right now. Pistol formation. Now looking to throw across the middle, and again nearly intercepted. Boy, Not really good handle there for Trey Murphy on the ball. This wet football is going to be tough to throw and catch tonight. It's going to bring up 4th down from the 45-yard line. Looks like Havre's going to elect to punt and try to pin the Panthers deep in their own end. And back to receive this punt for the Panthers is Easton Page and Travis Bagby.
Yeah, I think with either team trying to pass the ball a little bit downfield, they probably should get something a little bit connected on a little bit shorter pass. It's tough to get the ball downfield right now with how wet it is.
Easton Page here with a little bit of room on this punt return, coming all the way across to the Belgrade sideline. Picks up quite a few yards and cuts back inside now. He is still in. It looked like he had stepped out and is finally brought down.
A lot of flags.
Right, that was a 35-yard return for Easton Page. There are flags all over the field. I do believe, though, they were before the return. I think this is going to be on the punt team.
Yeah, it looked like it, Nate. I think you're correct. I saw him fly right at the snap of the ball once the ball got back to the punter. Sure enough, we got a false start or illegal motion by Havre.
Certainly, if Belgrade's given the opportunity to decline this penalty, they will, as there was a 35-yard punt return from Easton Page. Couple of nice blocks there from a couple Panthers there on the punt return team. And it, in fact, is an illegal formation against Havre, and the penalty is declined. So Belgrade will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line here with 5:36 to go in the first quarter. Score tied 0-0. And now Belgrade back on offense for their 3rd time here tonight. 2 men in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right. Schumacher gives to his tailback, taken right up the middle, and a host of defenders there to stop Easton Page. No gain on the play will bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think Panthers are going to continue to load up on the run with, again, Ethan and Easton, and try to play field position game when the chance presents it. They'll see if they can get something past Havre, maybe in a one-on-one, or catch Havre off guard. So can tell Coach Lewis is trying to set the game up and trying to get the ball into their best athletes' hands right now.
Schumacher now back to pass on 2nd down, looking deep and throwing long. Spencer Gordon is there. However, the pass falls incomplete. And again, I really think it was the wet football that caused that ball to be incomplete. Though coverage on the play for the Havre Blue Ponies was number 8, Ivor Agason there.
Yeah, Belgrade set that up nicely back to a heavy, tight run formation and ran a smash concept out of the play and found the fade route, the 6 route to Spencer Gordon. So those type of plays you got to make, because in this weather you never know if you're going to get them again, Nate.
3rd down now, rolling to throw. Max Schumacher looking. Now he's going to keep it himself, but he has nowhere to go as he is tackled by number 22 for the Havre Blue Ponies. Jazz Schroeder on the stop will bring up 4th down and 9, and the Panthers are going to punt.
Yeah, let's see here, Nate, if they continue to try to do rugby-style punt on the half rollout here. I think it's a little bit risky. Just because they almost blocked it last time, and it looks like it's going to be a tight game from here just because of the weather elements. Let's see if we just get a straight punt from Travis Bagby.
Low snap handled by Bagby. He's going to try to get this off and amazingly gets this one away. Could have been a disaster for the Panthers. Caught there at the 25-yard line by the Havre Blue Ponies.
Yeah, outstanding job by Travis Bagby. The snap was down in the grass. He got down like a shortstop, grabbed it, eluded one tackler, pushed through it, and still got his kickoff. And that would have been a huge play, and Travis saved the day there for the Panthers.
Yeah, it could have been a disaster there deep in Belgrade's own territory, except now instead it's 4:04 to go in the first quarter. Havre with the ball at their own 25 now, 1st and 10, 4:04 to go here in the first quarter.
Belgrade likes to go too high out of the 20 personnel. Safety's in the force position.
Pitch to the right-hand side, wrapped up after a couple of yards there. Matt Heinert on the stop for the Panthers. This will bring up a 2nd and 7 for Havre from the Belgrade 29-yard line.
Yeah, right hash for Havre. We'll see if they try to spread to the left. They come out in 20 personnel, 2-back set. Oh, no. Full house.
Full house backfield, yeah. High snap, give up the middle. Stuffed by the Belgrade defensive line. No pickup on the play will bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, nice job by the Belgrade defense. I think it's, is that George Beatty, number 66 in the middle there? Got his hands on, slowed the runner down, and the rest of the host of Panthers came to finish the play. So we'll see what the Panthers elect to do. They go 1 high safety out of the 3rd and 5 position. You got 20 personnel with an open set. 2 receivers to the left. Murphy looks downfield.
And it's caught. It's going to be a 1st down here. First down of the night.
Wow.
I take that back. There was a running play went for a 1st down. That was our first completed pass for a 1st down here in the 1st quarter with 2:40 to go and counting.
Yeah, Murphy connects with that dig route by the tight end and or by the slot out of the open set, the tight end, and he still looks like he's trying to struggle to throw that ball. So I Havre caught that for a 1st down, but I think it's just going to come down to who takes care of the ball. It looks a little scary passing tonight for both teams.
1st and 10 for the Havre Blue Ponies from their own 40-yard line in pistol formation. Murphy takes the snap, gives up the middle to Dion. He's got a little bit of room as he bursts up near midfield. Actually just crossing over the 45-yard line will bring up now a 2nd and 4. Two minutes to go now here in the 1st quarter. Score is 0-0. Havre visiting Belgrade on homecoming night.
Yeah, now I know why Havre ran the ball fairly good against Laurel. You know, Dion, he looks like a solid running back at 184 pounds at 5'11", so.
Run up the middle to Dion again. He's going to be close to 1st down yardage.
Yeah, just short, probably about a yard short there. Ran a little high, but it's tough to run a little lower when you can't get your footing underneath you, but it's close. I would say you probably get another dose of Dion there, and why not?
It's going to be 3rd and short. Midfield is the line to make for the 1st down, and they're about 1 yard away from that. 1:18 to go now in the 1st quarter, 0-0 as Havre breaks their huddle. Panther student section stomping their feet, making some noise. Fumble. Snap.
Either way, it's Belgrade ball. They're way short of the 1st down.
Let's see. It looks like Havre.
Punt.
Yeah, Havre comes up with the recovery, and it will bring up a 4th down and 1 from near midfield. And you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if Havre's going for it.
Well, maybe they might. Looks like one guy comes in. Of course, they don't have a lot of kids on their sideline. Havre doesn't this year, so not quite sure if the personnel's coming in, the punt personnel. It looks like it might be. I don't know if did running back Dion go out? It looks like he did.
Looks like there's 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left, single backfield. Murphy and shotgun.
Quick kick.
Quick kick, yeah. He punts this one away, and with no returner and a nice little bounce to 20-yard line. So Belgrade's going to start this next possession from their own 20. There's only 12 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. Looks like we have a Panther Live record of 79 viewers tuned into our live stream. Want to appreciate you guys tuned in tonight also on KBOZ ESPN Radio.
Yeah, what gave that probably away their name is personnel change. Their best running back in a short yardage situation, Dion for Havre, goes out. And, 4th and inches, that's a smart play by Havre, a great play by Havre. Really flips the field position this time with Belgrade now starting back on their own 20.
Right, likely the final play of the 1st quarter. Schumacher takes a snap. Give is to, I believe, Major, and he's got plenty of room and a big cut as he crosses midfield. Looking now as tear down finally as he crosses the 40-yard line. 2 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter, so we'll go ahead and take one more snap here of the quarter. Ethan Roberts there chased him down, and that would have been a touchdown if Roberts didn't get to him on the sideline.
Yeah, Ethan tackles Ethan there, huh? Yeah, but Ethan makes a nice move to get out. Makes a nice cut off the break to the outside leverage. And he's been working hard in the offseason on running back skills like that, and it showed right there on that play.
Schumacher looks to give it to Major. Ball on the ground. Fumble scrum for the ball here. Havre saying it's their ball. Let's see what the call is. The clock has struck 0 in the first quarter, and Havre, let's see here, it looks like
well, Ethan handed him the ball. They don't know who had possession to begin with, but the ball squirted out when they all jumped on it.
let's do this. The first quarter's come to a close. Referees are sorting things out. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Panther Football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Back in a minute. Hey, Jill.
You said a minute, right?
Yeah, I said 1 minute. Our live stream viewers told us that we were coming in pretty quiet. Are we? I bumped it up a little bit. Are we sounding okay on as far as volume goes?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sounding fine on my end.
Okay.
30 seconds.
Okay.
I don't know why, but you're really hard to hear on the monitor. That's why I'm like, what?
Okay, no, it's all right.
But I can hear you good on the radio,
Okay.
so that's good. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, starting the second quarter now, and Belgrade was awarded the ball. So we weren't quite sure who recovered that fumble, but Belgrade came up with it after we sorted things out there in the quarter break. So second quarter now just getting started. Score is 0-0. It's going to be second and long for the Panthers across midfield at the Havre 44-yard line.
Yeah, Belgrade back to a tight formation again.
In shotgun formation is Schumacher. Looks to throw, pump fake. He's going to keep it now, looks up the middle, and is going to be brought down for a pickup of 1 yard. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 13.
Jeez, yeah, he looked a little uneasy there. Probably the right decision to pull the ball down, but now Max has got to try to take the next step and try to know how to get out of the pocket with some efficiency to gain some yards there. Probably should have rolled out this way, but just got caught up and headed forward for a couple yards. So a big play again, 3rd and long. It's tough to dial up a 3rd and 13 play for a first down, so we'll see what the Panthers elect to do.
Give is to Page around the end. He's got some room, and he's looking on the right side. He's across the 20. He is pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Easton Page, the speedster for the Panthers, gets around the corner, picks up the first down, gets 30 yards there on that carry. It's going to be 1st and goal for Belgrade.
Yeah, why not go to your playmaker? Drop back and throw the ball and rain in 3rd and 13. Even if he doesn't get the first down, he's probably going to gain yardage because Easton's fast off that edge, and he showed it right there. And not only did he get a first down, like you said, he got a 30-yard gain, and Belgrade's in the red zone now, and we'll see if they can capitalize for the first score of the game between these two teams.
Yeah, 11-12 to go here in the second quarter. Score is 0-0 on a rainy homecoming night at Belgrade High School. Max Schumacher in shotgun formation. Ethan Major to his left. In motion is Page. Give is to Major up the middle, going for the end zone. Brought down right at the goal line, and he is going to be called short, but inside the 1. It will be 2nd and goal from inches away.
Yeah, it's a good combination between these two kids. Between Ethan and Easton, and Coach Lewis has designed some packages this week to get them more carries, and we have an outside run by Easton and a hard inside run by Ethan, and it's tough to keep tracks on both those players going into a timeout here.
We got a timeout on the field. Havre takes the timeout. Let's go ahead and take a break here for 30 seconds. You're listening to Belgrade Football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Back in 30 seconds.
Did she say that they can't hear us very well on live?
She said we're good. No, this one, my wife told me, was just kind of the volume was low.
Well, you turned it down.
I know, but I could kind of pump it back up.
10 seconds.
Okay.
It's good. My wife can hear it.
Oh, okay. For what?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we are back here, homecoming night, Belgrade High School. Havre just taking the timeout. They have their backs against the wall. It is 2nd and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Both teams now in a huddle. There is 10:49 to go in the second quarter. Again, 0-0 is the score. Real wet, rainy night here. Tough field conditions, tough ball conditions. Going to be a lot of running plays here and a couple turnovers. But right now, Belgrade knocking on the door, trying to get on the scoreboard here first.
Yeah, Havre hasn't been able to handle Easton's speed. We'll see what happens if Belgrade can punch it in.
Give is to Major up the middle. Belgrade putting their hands up. And there's been no call from an official. It's just a big scrum right on the goal line. And they're going to mark it here now, third down and goal from very deep in Havre territory. And running in the play for the Panthers, Gabe Lynn from the sidelines. So probably 4-down territory in the conditions. But
yeah, and why not? Even if you don't score, it makes Havre throw and run out of their own end zone. So
Schumacher gives to Page. Page on the left side goes in for the Belgrade touchdown.
Nice call by Belgrade. Still in a tight formation. Speed run by Easton just off tackle. He walks into the end zone untouched. Great play call. Sometimes when you're on the 1 yard line, sometimes you always want to punch it in, and everybody goes, well, you got to run that 1 yard in, and it's a lot harder to run that 1 yard sometimes. That's why they call it a game of inches, and sometimes you got to find that play call like that loosens it up a little bit, and that was a great call by Belgrade.
Spencer Gordon will look to add the extra point here. Snap is down, placement, and it looks like this kick is blocked. So the score now with 10-12 to go in the second quarter. Belgrade leads 6-0. I'll tell you about this scoring drive. Belgrade covered 80 yards in 6 plays, picking up 2 first downs, all of it on the ground, capped off with Easton Page's third down, 1 yard touchdown run to put Belgrade up 6-0.
Yeah, we'll see if that extra point becomes a big play or if Belgrade defense continues to keep Havre out of the end zone. Because in these rainy games, these weathered element games, every point counts. And we'll see if that point is missed later on in the game or if Belgrade's just going to stand strong and continue to keep Havre out of the end zone. Looks like we have a hash kick here, Nate. On the left hash, Belgrade's hash. We'll see where Belgrade elects to go. If they continue to keep it down in the left hash area for Havre and try to pin them, we'll see what Belgrade does here.
10-12 to go here in the second quarter. Again, Panthers lead 6-0. Spencer Gordon will kick off for Belgrade.
Yeah, he's lined up that way. Hopefully he can keep it in bounds, which he probably will. He's been a good kicker, and that means the guys to our right really got to pin in and make sure that you contain, because Havre's going to probably try to get out this way to the wide side of the field a little bit, depending where the kick is.
Nice kick from Gordon. This one's going to skip through the end zone for a touchback. So really, in a game where we're talking about field position with this weather, Spencer Gordon could be a difference maker.
Absolutely. And that was a phenomenal kick. That was inches of going out of bounds right before the end zone, but he just corner kicks that thing, corner pocket like in a game of pool, and he gets it in there for a touchback. Nicely done.
So now 1st and 10 here for the Havre Blue Ponies from their own 20-yard line. Murphy gives it up the middle, looking for room here and picking up a couple yards. It's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 6 to go.
Going back to Mason Dion there, and why not? He's a solid running back and gets 4 hard yards there. Puts Havre in a good 2nd down position.
In shotgun formation, Murphy, single backfield. Give is to Dion. He picks up a couple more yards now. Will bring up down 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, I don't know why. I hope Havre keeps going back to him. Not because I want to see Belgrade in a bad position, but Havre hasn't thrown the ball here well, and they don't need a turnover at this point by an interception. I see them hopefully giving it back to their best running back here.
So now 3rd down and 4, 2 receivers here, both sides now going in motion. Pitch to the right-hand side. I believe this is Dion, and he is going to have 1st down yardage before he is finally brought down across the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and that just proves there why Dion should have got the ball again. 1st down for Havre, and especially with Havre not in great field position yet, I just don't see the way throwing the ball right now when their running game's okay.
So 1st down now for the Havre Blue Ponies. 8:55 to go here until halftime. Again, it's homecoming night at Belgrade High School. Going to have homecoming royalty crowned at halftime.
Who's in the running?
I am not sure, to be honest with you, as this 1st down play in shotgun formation. Murphy looks downfield. Ball is nearly intercepted by Travis Bagby. Bagby, our turnover specialist, a couple weeks ago. He had several interceptions here in Belgrade's last home win against Park. Nearly has another one there from the safety position.
Yeah, Murphy for Havre continues to, is that his name? I'm sorry if that's not.
Trey Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy,
yep, Trey Murphy, the signal caller.
Yeah, he continues to throw the ball to the middle of the field. I don't know why they had the 1 speed open to the outside, actually deep. I don't know why he doesn't try to get something a little bit towards the wide side off to the edge.
Give is to Dion up the middle. He goes. He's going to pick up about 6 or 7 yards. It's going to bring up now 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, I think Havre just needs to find some passes off the edge to a wide side or even short side, little outs to the short side, get a back out in the flat to the wide side, or their 1 speeder best receiver deep to the outside versus trying to throw to the middle of the field. There's just too many people in the middle of the field, and they're defending well.
So before this 3rd down snap, referee is going to take a break here, and it looks like help a Havre player with his helmet strap. Looks like we have everything all set now. Havre right now with split receivers, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 running backs in the backfield. High snap brought in by Murphy.
Wow, great.
And then tackled there.
Great recovery by Murphy there. It's a big play.
Yeah, but the snap from center was high. Murphy was able to recover it, nearly another turnover. But instead, it just brings up a 4th down, and Havre will have a chance to punt this one away. Deep to receive for Belgrade is Easton Page and Travis Bagby.
Yeah, you can see there how every down counts in a game like this with the weather. And now Havre's forced to punt off the bobbled snap.
Punts away, and Bagby's going to let it roll. Probably the safe play here in the dangerous wet conditions. Bagby lets it roll. Havre downs it at about the 31-yard line. So Belgrade will start from their own 31. As Panthers come back out on offense. Last possession, Belgrade went 80 yards all on the ground, picking up the touchdown from Easton Page that made this game 6-0, which is where we stand right now with 7:34 to go until halftime. In Belgrade at their own 31-yard line here as they get ready to go to work.
Yeah, I'd continue to see probably a dose of Easton and Ethan this series going into halftime.
2 receivers to each side. Going in motion is Easton Page. Schumacher looks to throw, steps up into the pocket. He's going to try to keep it now, and he is sacked in the backfield. A loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, again, Max not showing great presence in the pocket after the play-action fake. It looks like he's unsure of what he wants to do after he doesn't get the read from the throw, which is to run is fine, but he's got to have better presence in the pocket to get himself out of that.
I'll tell you what, Havre's got tough numbers to read here with the muddy jerseys, but I believe that was Tony Antley on the stop there for the Blue Ponies. 2nd and long now. Schumacher in shotgun. Gives it to Major. He's looking up the right-hand side. He's got some room. He is off to the races over the 50-yard line, past the 40 now. Finally pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Big pickup for Ethan Major. And Ethan Roberts again with the touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, and there's no doubt in Ethan's mind right there. A lot of confidence in his running ability. Continues to show his hard work in the offseason. Great job by the Panthers up front, and the load formation got good leverage on the play and go from a 2nd and 15 to a first down off a 40-yard run.
Yeah, big pickup for Major. He beat everyone with speed around the end. So now it is 1st and 10, Belgrade from the Havre 25-yard line. Schumacher in shotgun. In motion is Page. Give is to Major up the middle. He is brought down by number 43 for the Blue Ponies. That's Dawson Kinsella. So now 2nd down and 8. Belgrade again leading 6-0 here in the second quarter. 6:22 to go here until halftime. Again, homecoming night here at Belgrade High School is Havre here visiting.
Yeah, it'll be big if Havre can come up with some stops here before the half to keep it 6-0.
Give is to Page around the end. Makes a nice move across the middle, and he picks up, it looks like very close to the first down. Let's see if the referee's going to wave the chains through, and he will. This is going to be 1st down and 10 now inside the 15-yard line.
Havre did a nice job there, walling the the wide side of the field there. But Easton makes a good read on the cutback, and the flowing linebacker even missed the play by nice slip by Easton to get the first down. Another great athletic play by Easton.
So now 1st down and 10 inside the 15-yard line. Schumacher sends Page in motion, gives it to Major up the middle. Major looking for some room and is brought down after a pickup of about 2 or 3 yards. Will bring up 2nd down and 8. Schroeder on the stop for the Blue Ponies.
Yeah, I would look to see probably the Panthers to keep it on the ground here, see what happens. Haven't been successful in the past much with Max's a little bit indecision, but maybe he'll settle down, and we've seen that he's capable of making some good throws, so we'll see what Belgrade has to do here to try to punch it in.
So 2nd and 8 here. Belgrade on the right hash, knocking on the door inside the 15-yard line. Page in motion. Schumacher's going to keep it himself up the middle. He crosses the 10 and is finally wrestled down inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down from about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, not too bad there by Max. The quarterback run play out of the load formation is a great offset, especially when you have two good running backs as we do back there right now. And a little bit better run there by Max, and hopefully he's getting settled in.
So 3rd down here, Schumacher takes the snap. He gives it to Major. Major looking for room on the left side. He tries to get, now he cuts back in, and he's going to march in for a touchdown. Belgrade, 12-0 now, back-to-back scoring drives all on the ground.
Yeah, as you can see there, Coach Lewis is trying to get tight formations, different. There was trips tight there, and reason he's bringing those receivers in, according to past weeks, as we're spreading the ball past 2 weeks, but with 2 good running backs, if you can bring those players in and get leverage blocks, it's tough to stop the run game, and Ethan does a great job of making a couple guys miss.
Spencer Gordon will look to add the extra point. This time he gets it up and away, and it is good. So the score is 13-0. Belgrade leaves Havre with 4:18 to go until halftime. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. You're listening to Belgrade Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Back in 30 seconds. Appreciate it, Zach. You're doing a good job, man. Cool. Hey, and any individual stat for halftime? If you have any, probably not. Okay.
10 seconds.
Gotcha. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we are back here after the scoring drive from the Belgrade Panthers that covered 69 yards on 7 running plays and took up 3:16 off the clock. Now approaching halftime, 4:18 to go until the half. Panthers lead 13-0 over the Havre Blue Ponies.
Yeah, great job by Belgrade getting their run game going. And a great game to do this with it pouring rain outside, and they've established their 2 running backs, Easton Page and Ethan Major. And we see how athletic and strong they are, and it's you can can see offensively that's their go-to guys, and they've done a good job of getting those guys highly involved in the offense, and it's paid off for a 13-0 lead. But Havre's no slouch. They have a decent running game too with Mason Dion. We'll see if they come back to him in the last 4 minutes. They've just struggled passing the ball a little bit, and then that bad snap kind of ended their last series.
Gordon with a nice kickoff again, and again it's going to skip through the end zone. Boy, he's really got deep left dialed in. Touchback here, so Havre will start at the 20-yard line. A couple of Panthers shook up on that play. I think there was a collision near the Havre sideline, and getting up slowly, but now coming back to the Belgrade sideline is number 9, Eric Amaya.
Geez, yeah, that's 2 for 2 for Spencer. 2 outstanding kicks. Did you teach him that?
I did. Everything that Spencer does well tonight, he probably learned from me.
Well, we knew you were a great kicker, and you're passing that loin on to Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer Gordon having a great season so far. I think the first extra point tonight is some tough conditions here with the snaps and holds and special teams. But anyway, Belgrade leads 13-0, 4:18 to go from the 20-yard line. Now under center is Murphy as he gives to Dion in a little bit of room there as he picks up about 5 yards. And, you know, when the snap and shotgun isn't going that well and you need to run the ball, why not just get under center?
Yeah, I think that's a good move to make sure you get the ball a little bit cleaner and potentially get it to your running back a little bit better. So we'll see if Havre goes to shotgun here, remains under center.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, single backfield. Under center is Murphy. Gives to his back there and stacked up. Nice play there by the entire Belgrade defensive front. Nothing there on that second down play. Will bring up a 3rd and 7 with 3:30 to go until halftime. Again, Panthers leading the Blue Ponies 13-0. And Havre at their own 25-yard line right now facing a 3rd down.
Yeah, when you spread the ball like that, you got to know what type of box you're playing with to maybe run pass option there. Belgrade had the box stacked there with that one high, like this play.
Ball is on the ground and looks like we have a fumble recovered by Belgrade. Yes, the referee marks Belgrade football here. So now inside the 25-yard line, Blade Vega with the strip. And Beatty recovers the fumble. So big play by a couple of Panthers there. And now Belgrade's going to have a chance to take a commanding lead going into the halftime break here.
Yeah, we talked about that before the game, who's going to take care of the ball. Havre down 13-0 here, and that's a big play by Belgrade to get the ball out. And 3 minutes still, and they have a chance to score again before half.
Schumacher in shotgun. He gives it to Major up the middle with a nice little hole there as Major bursts through and picks up about 6 yards on the first down carry inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Belgrade still has 3 timeouts left, Nate, and if they hustle here and get to the line of scrimmage and get a quick playoff, they can spare those timeouts, but they got to hustle. But the clock's winding down here. We're already 20 seconds now off the clock, or 15 seconds off the clock, excuse me. Max has got to get them going a little bit quicker here.
Again, Schumacher now in shotgun. He has Ethan Major to his right, a couple receivers to his left. He gives it to Major up the left side, looking for room and then stacked up and dropped. No gain on the play for Ethan Major. And really, Ethan Major had been able to get around the end there, not that time.
Yeah, it was the same play that he scored on in the end zone, and Havre did a better job of with their run fits off the outside and rallying to the ball off the flow. So there was really no cut back there for Ethan at all. So we got 2 minutes to go here. Belgrade with 3 timeouts has not called one yet. Max in the offense here is a little slow to me.
3rd down now, Schumacher in shotgun. Sends Page in motion, gives it to Page, going for the right side, trying to get around the end, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds. I see a flag on the play, and indications are pointing towards face mask on the defense. This would give Belgrade 1st and goal with a half the distance call.
Unless it was a block in the back. Did you see the face mask? I didn't see it either.
Well, our spotter here, Andy Hessen, believes we have a face mask, and let's see what the call is. Now the umpire is ready to indicate here, and he calls a face mask on the defense.
Nice eyes, Hessen. Great job.
So it's going to just be a 5-yard penalty, but it will bring up a first down. And let's see if this is first and goal. I do believe it's now inside the 10-yard line. So yes, first and goal for the Panthers at about the 5-yard line.
And Belgrade can do a lot of things here, and I would assume Coach Lewis will elect to stay with their run game, especially with 3 timeouts here. Why not? You have 2 great running backs that are playing really well right now.
Looking to throw, and now the ball drops on the ground, and boy, that could have been a fumble, but ruled an incomplete pass. Schumacher there with plenty of pressure in the backfield, and really with the running game going so well, kind of surprised to see the pass.
Yeah, we haven't seen real decisiveness out of Max right now, and he hasn't really settled down. But it's tough with the ball wet in the rain, and Easton and Ethan are playing well. I'm sure they'll come back to him right here, though.
So now second down at the 5-yard line. Major in the backfield with Schumacher in shotgun, taking the snap, giving to up the middle, and there's a fumble.
And Havre says they have the ball. That would be a gigantic play for Havre if they do.
Boy, that ball is out, and Havre has it. I haven't seen an indication from the referee yet. I don't even think the referee saw the Blue Pony player run off with the ball, but it looks like it will, in fact, be Havre's ball.
The white hat did signal there. You couldn't see him. He was in the mush of the players, so Travis Hunsinger, the white hat there, gave the go-ahead back to Havre. That's a huge play there, Nate. Huge play for Havre.
Yeah, big play for the Blue Ponies there. This could have been 20-0 at halftime. Now, if Havre can get out of the shadow of their own goalpost here, as the recovery's on their own 5-yard line here with just a minute 30 to go until the break. If Havre can get out of this jam, just be 13-0 at halftime, they'd be lucky.
Yeah.
Give up the middle.
Dion almost breaks out off the side, but refs call him down after the progress stopped. But Belgrade has 3 timeouts, so great job by Belgrade. Yeah. If they can continue to get stops, they got to use the timeout.
So Belgrade takes the timeout with that. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Belgrade Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Back in 1 minute. Thanks, Zach. Yeah, so Zach, this will be over at halftime. You can take off. You've done a great job. Okay, just when that says 0, when it says 0-0. Okay.
You're welcome.
30 seconds. Seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, here back from the break. Give up the middle. Blue Ponies again in their own backfield there. Spencer Gordon with the big stop there for the Panthers. And again, timeout there again by the Panthers. We're going to go ahead and stay with you guys here as we are going to get some analysis here of the first half and closing this thing out. Again, Panthers leading right now 13-0 with a minute 17 to go. The situation right now is Havre has the ball, but it's inside their own 10-yard line, and it's 3rd and 13. So they're trying to get out of a jam and not have to punt here, and punting in these conditions is tough.
Yeah, and the closer you get back towards that end zone, it actually goes downhill. So it's a little even tougher when you're punting out of your own end zone. But we'll see if Havre elects to pass here, just continue the run game, force Belgrade to take a timeout. I think you got to do that. You just don't want to risk an interception right here. Otherwise, they got to try to throw a safe enough pass away from the middle. They have not been successful throwing to the middle. 3 times now he's tried to throw to the middle, and 3 times he's almost been intercepted. So hopefully Havre, if they elect to pass, I'd like to see something more towards the out, an out or some type of small swing pass, or give it back to the good running back.
All right, so here's a 3rd down play. Under center again is Murphy. 2 backs in the backfield. And the long count, we have a flag on the play. Let's see what this is.
Got offsides from the top line judge. So a smart play there by Havre to get a hard count under Sevre. You got encroachment by Belgrade there, which gives them 5 more yards to work with, like you said, which was needed.
So, yeah, Havre goes with the hard count. They get the Panthers to jump. It creates a 3rd and 13 now into a third and manageable 8. Back to pass is Murphy, throwing towards the sideline. He has a receiver. The pass is complete. It's going to be a first down up to the Belgrade 22-yard line, and that right there might have just bailed Havre out to get to this half.
It did. I think it's a safer pass, as you can see, thrown to the outside, but he had to throw the ball as he was getting hit, and that could have been also a pick 6 for Belgrade, but instead Havre makes the play.
Yeah, Ivor Agason there, Agason with the reception. The 6-foot senior for the Blue Ponies converts a big first down. Now the give up the middle, nearly losing a handle on the ball. And then drug down for a loss on the play. Spencer Gordon and Easton Page there on the stop. Now just 1 minute to go until halftime. Again, Belgrade leading 13-0. Havre just trying to get to halftime here with the ball at their own 20-yard line now. It will be 2nd and long after the loss on the play.
Yeah, Havre with 2 timeouts, but they're electing just to continue to run the clock, get into halftime.
So again here, 2nd and long, under center, give up the middle, breaking a tackle. Finally brought down, I believe that was number 2 on that carry, Jacob Irvin. So Irvin going to keep the clock ticking now. Just 14 seconds to go until the break, and that's probably going to be the final snap of the first half as both teams are preparing here to head to the locker room and get warm because it's cold and wet here at Belgrade High School tonight. And that will tick off the final seconds of the first half. So again, 13-0 halftime here at Belgrade. And let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break before we get into the halftime show. So we'll be back in 2 minutes. You are listening to Belgrade Football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Good job. Thank you very much. We're good. Doing a really good job. Thank you. Yep, doing good. Hey, Barron, just make sure you're up here before the second half starts. Okay. Dude, this is really good, though. This is really helpful. Yeah. No, this is good. No, just be back before the halftime, okay? So be back in 14 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna interview Bert, but you can't leave me hanging though. Okay. Yeah. All right.
1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute here. Hey, got to thank our Panther Live viewers here. We got Panther Live up to 90 views, which is a shattering our former record. Yeah. Yeah, it's all right.
This isn't good. This is not good.
30 seconds.
30 seconds here. Do we have the homecoming? Do we have homecoming information anywhere? Do we have any homecoming information? If we can get any homecoming information, that'd be helpful too. Okay, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, back here at Belgrade High School, halftime on homecoming night, so lots of festivities going on. But joining us on the halftime show, we have Belgrade scorekeeper, assistant principal, football extraordinaire Bert Horsley. Bert, thanks for joining us here on the halftime show.
Thanks for having me. We got a good game going here.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and just start with the field conditions. How do you think the field conditions, again, a real wet, rainy night here at Belgrade High School. It's been raining for about 48 hours straight. How has that affected the game here?
I think it's affected it pretty good. I was noting in there in the score room midway through the first, it's getting sloppy there between the hash marks. Fortunately for the Panthers, we're getting some outside run going, and we're breaking the perimeter out there and getting some positive plays.
All right, let me give you some statistics here. Both of Belgrade's scoring drives were set up on long runs by Easton Page, had a 30-yarder on the first scoring drive, and then he finished off that one with the touchdown. Then Ethan Major had the big 40-yard run that set up his touchdown. So 2 touchdowns, and really both those drives were between the first one, I believe, was 80 yards. The second one was 69 yards, and all on the ground.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're just going to have to keep it. We've had some passes slipped out. We had a great pass that probably would have gone for 15 or 20 to Spencer Gordon, dropped, hit him in the hands. It's just slick out there, and that's probably where it's going to have to stay. The guys are able to get open on both sides of the ball. They've had a little bit of success throwing it, but it's that weather's really going to impact it.
Right, so those slick conditions also affecting special teams, as the extra point was blocked, and there may have been a sloppy exchange on the snap and hold there that led to that. Also, we've seen some shotgun formation snaps that have really caused issues really for both teams, especially though Havre now electing to go under center. Let's just talk Havre here, down 13-0 at the break. Down 13-0 at the break, really got out of a jam there that could have been 20-0 at the break. But what's Havre need to do to get back in this game?
Well, they're just going to have to keep doing what they've doing. They've been able to move the ball marginally. They're just going to have to be a little more consistent. Just string some first downs together. They've not been in bad shape. I believe they're going to have to get it outside of the tackles, though. They've, their number 3 is a workhorse. He's been on the ground a lot. Had the ball a lot. He's just got to get outside and break a few tackles and have a few big plays is what they need.
Again, that's number 3 for Havre is Mason Dion. He's just a sophomore, a real nice, strong running back here for the Havre Blue Ponies. And you mentioned getting to the outside, and that really is what seemed what Belgrade was able to do as Easton Page coming in motion, getting that full head of steam to the outside. And also Major has gotten around to the perimeter as well, and that has been the big difference in the game. And sometimes that just comes down to speed.
Yeah, I think you're right. Those guys, Havre was taking great pursuit angles on some of those long runs, and they were just able to outrun them there, 20, 30 yards. So I think that's the big thing. That is the difference right now, is the big play.
And we're talking football here, but again, it is homecoming night here at Belgrade High School. So a big weekend here. We have the 1977 state championship football team back visiting. So some former Panthers, some alumni back here to celebrate this cold, rainy evening. But right now we're announcing our homecoming royalty. And Mr. Horsley, let's step away from football for a second. And can you give us some introductions here to our homecoming royalty that we'll be recognizing here at halftime?
Well, I can. We've got. I'll just start with the freshmen.
That'd be helpful. Yeah.
Go through there. We have Eric Lee and Ava Smith, Kobe Richards and Nicole Roberts, and Tate Bowler and Delaney Brayton. Those are our representatives from the freshman class. Our sophomore court is Carmen Parsons and Reagan Rainier, Miguel Fuentes, Mackenzie Lemieux, Tim Davis, and Linnell Anderson. And that kind of wraps up our sophomore court. For the juniors, we got Max Schumacher and Kendra Ellard, Elia Rogers, Ethan Major, a couple of football players in there. We got Will O'Neill and Aaron Elgus. And for our seniors, Griffin Vaughn, Kiala Rollins, Caitlin Hannon, Gavin Kewish, Sam Hull, and Autumn Sharp. And that kind of rounds it out. Got a lot of players down there, and they're going to probably be hustling back to the locker room there to get some adjustments there. But that's who we've got there.
All right. So once we have a king and queen here awarded, we'll try to let you know. But just mentioning some other sports going on here, homecoming weekend last night. The Lady Panther volleyball team swept the Butte Bulldogs in a 3-game sweep to get homecoming underway. So the volleyball team wins last night. We got football going tonight, leading 13-0 at the half over Havre, and tomorrow soccer, and that could be a cold one at the soccer field and wet one tomorrow there.
Absolutely, it does have that potential. We got both our teams are pretty strong this year. I was at the game a couple weekends ago when we played. I believe it was Whitefish, and both squads looked really strong, so it should be a good showing.
All right, so again, exciting night here at halftime at Belgrade High School. Looks like we're going to get underway with the second half here in about another 10 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we will have the announcement of our homecoming winners tonight. So let's go ahead, though, and take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Panther Football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Email winner?
Idea.
Oh.
I'll get his highlighted sheet.
Okay, so we can put D on, and if you want to grab that and come back. Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't screening your call.
Hey, can you put the camera on the homecoming court there? What's up, man? What's up? You've been playing well, man. You might have to spin. You might have to spin that knob to lock it in place.
One minute.
Okay, thanks, Jill.
Seconds.
Boy, Panther Live viewers, sorry about that. We didn't get the homecoming crew on there, and might have made you a little car sick coming
10
in.
seconds.
10 seconds, yeah, so jump on in 10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, back here again at Belgrade High School, rounding out the halftime show. Over the break, we crowned our homecoming royalty. Bert, can you give us an update on who we got for homecoming?
I'll do it. I'll give it a rundown by class, starting with the freshmen. Kobe Richards and Delaney Brayton were representatives there that were chosen. Sophomores were Miguel Fuentes and Linnell Anderson. For our juniors was Max Schumacher, our quarterback, and Kendra Lard. And for King and Queen, we had Sam Hull and Autumn Sharp.
All right, so there we go. Congratulations to those students. Homecoming weekend, want to remind everybody to be safe out there on homecoming. This is a really happy and time of celebration, but also a time to be sure that you're making right decisions and being safe out there. So congratulations to those students. We hope they enjoy the celebration tomorrow.
Absolutely. Got a lot of stuff going on. Hope they enjoy it and have a good time.
All right, so again, we are at halftime. It looks like about 4 minutes to go until the teams are going to come back out, and we'll be ready to go here for the second half. Let's go ahead and fast forward, looking down the line for this team. You know, Belgrade right now at 1-2 on this season, looking for a win here to get them to 500, and really it's going to be a push all the way for the playoffs, I think, for the Panthers.
Absolutely, and they're at the point now where every game is imperative. We're in control right here. We just need to maintain that, come away with a win, and look to next week with, I believe, Laurel, who's a tough opponent. It just doesn't get easy. It doesn't get easy the rest of the way. It's going to be tough opponents, but we're improving. Week by week, we're putting some stuff together offensively and really looking good and looking solid on defense.
Right, just looking here for the rest of the month of September. Next week, Belgrade will host Laurel here at home, and then the following Friday, a very tough road game when the Panthers go and visit Billings Central. So rounding out September, home game here against Laurel, then out to Billings Central. As we get into the month of October, the Panthers will be at Fergus to start out there, and then they bring things back home against Glendive before rounding out the season at Hardin. So really this is getting here closer to the midway point of the season, and at going for 500 here, I think the Panthers are going to be fighting for that playoff spot all the way to the end.
And, I think so. And I think if they can secure a couple of victories that could go either way, they could be in that 5th spot. I believe out of our conference and side of the bracket, 6 teams will come into the playoffs, and I think we could possibly squeeze into that 5th spot if possible.
All right, so let's focus here, though, on the regular season first. We are rounding out here our halftime show. Again, the score is Belgrade Panthers leading the Havre Blue Ponies 13-0. Let's go ahead and kick it to a 1-minute break. Let's just go on a 60-second break here. You're listening to Panther Football on KBOZ ESPN Radio.
Seconds. 10 seconds.
Okay, you're on, Steve. 10 seconds.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, back here at Belgrade High School, getting ready for the start of the second half. Just a minute to go until we begin the third quarter. Let's go ahead and take a look around the standings around the state here. Andy's back with us. Andy, what do you got from around the state?
Well, around the state right now, we got over in Butte, Gallatin Valley Bozeman there in the second quarter against Butte High. Bozeman's down 21-0. Big game there for Butte High, currently over Bozeman. Billings Senior 36, CMR 16. That's a final. And currently got Billings West up 17-7 over Great Falls High. And that's kind of our current scores right now. We'll see if we can't round some up. And then if we look at the standings right now in Class A football, the Easter A division going into week 3 here, we got Laurel and Sydney tied for first at 3-0 in conference. Billings Central in the 3rd place spot at 2-1. Glendive in the 4th place spot. 5th place Lewistown. 6th place is currently Belgrade. So there's a big game for Belgrade tonight. In the Southwestern A, you got Corvallis leading the league 3-0. But we know Dillon's probably the favorite there, even though Dillon's only played 2 games. So currently you have Frenchtown, Butte Central, and Dillon all with no losses. But Dillon's still rated the favorite for that conference. So we'll see what shakes out this weekend. Then you got in the Northwest Class A, you got Columbia Falls leading that league. So there's some scores and standings for you. Going into the half, looks like we got 2:30 to go in the half as the teams are warming up. And yeah, some big running plays by Belgrade there, as you guys discussed at halftime, and I think that's what gave Belgrade the edge. A couple big runs both by Easton and Ethan that gave them great field position for both those scores. Havre, they have a decent running game.
They do.
They have a decent running game. They've just made, I think, some mistakes. The fumbles. One, they got up the turnover. The second one, they just had a botched snap on 3rd down, put them right into 4th down, so they never even got a chance for a 1st down. So, but Havre did a great job right before halftime, getting a turnover right back. Else this game might be out of stretch for them.
Right, Havre did get out of a jam there at the end of the second quarter, right before the halftime break, and I believe Havre will receive this opening kickoff of the second half, as both teams are back on the field and getting ready here to start the second half. Referees huddling near the 30-yard line. Again, it's a really wet, soggy field. There was a JV game played right before this varsity game, so those guys came out and got the field nice and sloppy and muddy. And it's getting harder to see some of the yard lines here at Belgrade High School as now temperature is dropping. There's still rain coming down, and it could be snow later on tonight. But still a pretty nice turnout here. Looking around in the crowd, we have the students enjoying homecoming weekend here at Belgrade High School. A lot of parents and local Belgrade community here, all with umbrellas and rain gear, though.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures posted on Facebook around the state currently. In the higher elevations, even though we're up at Red Lodge Ski Hill, there it's blizzarding actually. So,
yeah, we're lucky that it's not snow here. Still a pretty chilly night. And nice to be in the press box, though, when you're on the radio.
Yeah, it is. Great job getting us set up. I appreciate that. And in these games, when you're a team like Belgrade, who's up 13-0, playing in the elements seem a little bit more fun. And when you're a team like Havre, who's down in the elements, sometimes it's not as fun, and you can't really catch a break or an edge. So we'll see if Havre tries to bring some momentum and emotion this second half to try to get something going and get a score in the end zone to make it a closer game. And it looks like Havre's going to receive the ball, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Havre's going to receive the ball here to start the second half. Looking at Belgrade kicker right now, Spencer Gordon, and he kind of looked down at the ground. He was looking for a spot to set up his tee, and he's just looking down at mud and saying, where should I put this tee right now, just to get an idea of these playing conditions. But Spencer Gordon has done a really good job on kickoffs. This field position has been a huge part of the game.
Yeah, if he gets another one in the end zone, I think you got to buy him a pizza. He'd be 3 for 3 here on touchbacks. It's a pretty good percentage.
So Gordon now backing up, ready, taking his steps here to start the second half.
Eyes it up. Here's the kick.
Kick on the way. This one will be short of the end zone, fielded near the 10-yard line and brought up the right sideline in a little bit of running room, and now quite a bit of running room as he crosses the 40-yard line. So a big return. Good start there for the Blue Ponies here to start the second half.
Yeah, Havre couldn't ask for anything better there. Great run by Havre's returner there. And a little bit shorter kick, so not as long to go. But great field position with Havre. We'll see how they establish their first offensive series.
Let's see if they're back under center again. Quarterback Trey Murphy. He had been in shotgun for most of the first half, but they struggled with the exchange from center in the wet, sloppy conditions, and he went under center. It looks like that's where he's going to start here in this third quarter. We have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, single backfield.
Yeah, open set here. Open set coming to motion. The trip's closed.
End around and drug down for a loss on the play.
Got a flag there. Do you see there on the 40
I do. I see the flag on the play there on the defense for the Panthers, and the tackle for loss was Brandon Clarkson. But there is a flag on the play. It was a 10-yard loss, and it looks like the call is going to go against Havre, so a huge play there for the Belgrade defense.
Yeah, Havre tries to do something a little bit out of Belgrade's playbook with the speed. Jet speed coming off the edge, and Belgrade gets the loss of the play on there, plus the penalty on Havre.
Yeah, so Clarkson's big tackle sends Havre back, and really they're going to decline the penalty because it was a loss of 10 on the play to bring up 2nd and 20 here. Back to pass now. Murphy looking out of the backfield in the swing pass. He's got his running back and going up the right sideline and tackled for a gain of about 4 yards. Easton Page comes up and makes a stop.
Yeah, and that's what I'd like to see from Havre a little more in the passing game, just to get something going a little bit where you get some guy in space to make a play, and that's what they did. They got about 4 yards back there, but great tackle, like you said, by Easton, showing his athleticism and skill on both sides of the ball. Tackles low, makes sure gets the sure tackle, knocks the running back down.
So now 3rd down and long, about 3rd and 15 to go. Havre with the ball at their own 32-yard line. We'll have 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, 1 running back in the backfield. Murphy under center, takes the snap, looks to throw, throwing to the Belgrade sideline, and it is going to be picked off there by the Panthers and coming the other way, and now tackled inside the 30-yard line on the interception was Ethan Major. So Major in the backfield on offense, picking up all those yards, now defensively gets the interception.
Yeah, I guess I liked it better that they were throwing a little bit more to the outside versus the middle, but Murphy has struggled to get the balls to his receiver, especially on deep plays. And it finally makes them pay. We've talked about that all the time in the first half, and you're down 13-0. I'd rather have Havre run the ball there a couple more times and punt it away for field position.
So Belgrade now on offense from the 26-yard line. In motion is Page. The pitch is to Page. He's met in the backfield. He shakes a couple of defenders, though, and he's going to get back up just across the line of scrimmage there. So Easton Page using his feet to get back across the line of scrimmage to bring up a 2nd down and 9 now. 10:40 to go in the third quarter. Panthers leading 13-0 over the Havre Blue Ponies.
Yeah, so nice stop by Havre. Now imagine that if they didn't make a first down off their running game, they punt, and they get a stop like that, by pushing Belgrade back on their own 20 or 30. But that turnover is big. But good defensive stop by Havre.
So ball spotted at the Havre 25-yard line. Max Schumacher in shotgun formation. Sends Bagby in motion. We have flags on the play whistled before the snap. And it looks like this is going to be some sort of an illegal procedure against Belgrade. It is a false start.
Yeah.
So now 2nd down and long after that 5-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd and 15, actually 2nd and 14 here. Ball now back at the 30-yard line. Schumacher in shotgun with 2 running backs. Give is to, I believe, Easton Page. Yes, he's going to cut back across the middle, and he's got room. Easton Page is headed towards the end zone, and he will score. Belgrade touchdown. Easton Page with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, and again, another big play by Belgrade, one of Belgrade's best athletes, Easton Page. You see right there, Havre had him closed. He had him closed probably 5-6 yards deep in the backfield. The first Havre defender had Easton just missed him, but he's hard to tackle. He makes a great cutback and makes another big play. Right now, to me, it's not that Havre can't defend us. Our running backs are making big plays.
Yeah, Easton Page there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. The other touchdown is Ethan Majors, and the extra point is good from Spencer Gordon. So now the score is Belgrade 20, Havre 0, 9:54 to go here in the third quarter. Let's go ahead and step aside for 1 minute, take a commercial break here. You're listening to Belgrade Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio.
Yeah, I don't have that.
World 20. Livingston Park.
Are these quarters or half?
That's quarter 2.
Okay.
Then we got Sydney. 7.
Panther Live viewers, leave us a comment. Let us know if this broadcast is coming through all right. I know we might have had some audio issues earlier.
Yeah, thanks for all tuning in, and we want to make your experience the best, so feedback is welcome just so we can change what we need to change. But on a cold, rainy night, thanks for all tuning in, and I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Right off of a big play by Easton Page, great cutback. Looked like he was going to be cut down for about a 6-yard loss in the backfield and makes one cut and uses his athleticism and his speed just to pull away from Havre's defense. And with that, they make it a 20-0 game.
What do we got, Joe? All right, well, I'm going to say we're back. 9:49 here to go. 9:54 to go, excuse me, in the third quarter. Spencer Gordon kicks off, and it's going to be a touchback. That one sails into the end zone, so no return. Touchback for Spencer Gordon, and Havre Blue Ponies will start from the 20-yard line coming out. So, again, field position, big problem here for Havre. Go ahead and break down that scoring drive. Belgrade took 102 off the clock, covered 26 yards. 2 big running plays as Easton Page gets his 2nd touchdown of the night. Again, scored 20-0 now in the third quarter. Back to pass, Murphy looking, has a receiver. It is complete, coming across the middle now, skipping through a few defenders and now picking up a, boy, he ran about 40 yards and maybe picked up about 4 yards on the play.
But I do like that a little bit better, just a short out by Havre. I think he should have just ducked up and in, headed north and south,
Right.
versus 40 yards east and west, to your point. And when that happens, then you get potential penalties like this. There's a flag on the field. I don't know if it'll stand.
Right. Easton Page had the tackle there for the Panthers, and it is a penalty against the Havre Blue Ponies. So here we're sorting things out after the penalty. It is going to be, I believe, 1st and long. Referees here sorting things out. Again, wet, soggy night here at Belgrade High School. Panthers leading the Havre Blue Ponies 20-0 with 9:39 to go in the third quarter. So that'll back things up now. It'll be 1st down and roughly 20. Ball spotted at, it looks like the 15-yard line. I'm going to call this 1st and 15. Havre at their own 15-yard line here.
Yeah, Havre just digging themselves a bigger and bigger hole.
I believe that was Dion on the carry and stuffed right away.
You know, when you're down 20-0 and you keep making some penalties, you know, you're down to 16 and almost dang near 20. It's tough to get in any sort of rhythm again. What's the play call going to be? What's the demeanor of the guys in the huddle coming out? When your back's against the wall, you got to still try to have as much grit as possible just to, you know, get yourself a little bit of momentum to see what will happen.
Sure, Havre looking for a spark. We have a 2nd and 16 play now. Murphy under center again. Man in motion. Back to passes, Murphy. He is pressured and is taken down. Brings up the pass short. He got the pass off, but providing the pressure for the Panthers was Riley Wirtz. So big play there by Wirtz, the defensive lineman, to wreaked havoc on that pass play to cause it incomplete.
Yeah, if you can't protect your quarterback, it's tough to get solid throws. It's even tougher when it's raining and you're getting pressured. That's when some of these bigger mistakes of turnovers can happen, like on the last possession to give Belgrade a 20-0 lead. So Havre back to 3rd and 16 here, Nate.
Yep, on their own 13-yard line, trying to get out, better punt situation here. Run up the left side and drug down. That was Dion on the carry. Picked up maybe a yard or two. Is going to bring up 4th and long in a punting situation with 8:46 to go in the third quarter. Panthers lead this one 20-0.
Yeah, and Havre just can't quite get anything going here.
So in punt formation and back to receive for the Panthers is Easton Page. He'll field it near midfield. Makes a couple of guys miss. Now he's got room up the right-hand side and a couple of blockers. He's headed over the 20 and finally ran out of bounds near the 15-yard line. Easton Page with a 35-yard punt return, and that's a name you've been hearing quite a few times tonight. Easton Page with another big night.
Yeah, they have the saying that speed kills, and it does, and it wears on you. Play after play, when you got to, try to contain a guy like that, it wears on all aspects of the game. And I'm sure you're going to see some more heavy doses of Ethan and Easton right here to try to seal the game.
Yeah, Easton Page, you'll hear that name on the basketball court and on the baseball diamond as well. Speed helps out in pretty much any sport you want to play. Now, 1st down, and Max Schumacher is going to, there is a fumble on the play. Fumble on the play, and let's see here. We had an issue with the center exchange, and it's going to be Havre ball.
Yeah, Whitehead, that's huge, huge.
So the big punt return by Easton Page is negated after the 1st down play. An issue with the center and quarterback snap. Put the ball on the ground. It was recovered by Havre. So Havre will have the ball now at their own 15-yard line. 1st and 10, 8:21 to go here in the third quarter. Panthers lead 20-0. Murphy under center here with 3 running backs behind him. Give is to Dion, looking for room on the right side, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play.
So that's all it takes is a little bit of momentum. Now they can get back to try to get back to their running game, giving Dion some more carries as well. And right out of the gate, they get 5 or 6 yards, Nate. Havre comes to the line on a 2nd down and 5, middle of the field, under center, 3 in the backfield. Full house backfield, ISO to Dion. Number 3, Mason Dion for Havre. Another carry. And just about a yard on the play puts Havre in a 3rd and 5 situation with 7:35 to go left in the 3rd quarter. Belgrade Panthers, homecoming 2017, they are up 20-0 over the Havre Blue Ponies in Eastern A Conference game. Left ball is placed on the left hash. 3rd and 2 now for the Blue Ponies. 3rd and 2, they picked up about 2 more yards on that last play. Under center, 3 in the backfield. Tight right, quick pitch to Dion off the right edge, off the right tackle. Looks like he's just going to be short to where the line judge is spotting it. Havre's going to have a decision here to make. 4th and 1, 4th and 2, really no gain, Nate. What do you think we should do here? What do you think Havre should do?
Yeah, you know, with 6:50 and counting in the 3rd quarter, trailing by 3 scores, you know, with the field conditions, trouble on special teams, it might not be a bad idea just to go for it here. They have a couple strong running backs, and just needing, it looks like, less than 1 yard to pick up for the first down. The ball is spotted at Havre's 25-yard line. So deep in their own territory, they're going to go for it.
Yeah, we'll see if Havre tries to get a hard count. Quick snap.
Boy, a big pile up near first down yardage. Quarterback keeper right up the middle. Let's see where it's spotted. It's going to be close to first down yardage.
Well, line judge on our side has it right on the yard line, the 25-yard line. And according to that, that would be a first down.
But you know what? I see on the field that the white hat is pointing in favor of the Panthers. So Belgrade with the big stop on 4th down. Dangerous 4th down play does not pay off for the Blue Ponies. So it's going to be Belgrade's ball now, knocking on the door at the 25-yard line going in.
Yeah, I mean, they had to take that chance, and you think your quarterback can usually get one if you want it bad enough, and they just couldn't get that momentum.
Here's Major, a couple of yards up the left side. It's going to bring up now a 2nd and 6.
And Havre's defense hasn't played too bad. It's just been really tough for them to tackle Ethan and Easton. And with their turnovers combined in that, and those 2 running backs making some big plays. And what I mean by that, they've had some good runs, 20 to 40 plus, to get them some scores. So.
Right, Easton Page and Ethan Major with all 3 touchdowns for the Belgrade Panthers tonight, who lead 20-0 over the Havre Blue Ponies. And again, knocking on the door here, a 2nd and 6 play inside Havre's 25-yard line. Schumacher in shotgun formation, has 1 running back with him. He looks to throw. He is going to heave it towards the end zone. He has a man there, and the pass is, I believe, like intercepted, but now juggled and ruled out of bounds. Easton Page was there on the spot, but the defender from Havre there beat him to it and just couldn't come down with it inbounds.
Yeah, almost an interception there, Nate, by Max, and that would have been another crucial turnover there. But, you know, they got to be able to throw the ball a little bit, even though they have 2 great running backs. They got to have a little bit of a mix in and see if they can get Max some passes here to get him settled down. But it's 3rd and 6. It's kind of a nice option. They can go play action here or give it to one of their good running backs who've made some big plays all night, especially on 3rd down.
So now 3rd down, Schumacher gives it to Major on an end around, and Major is wrapped up in the backfield by number 32, I believe, for the Havre Blue Ponies. Jeremiah Hughes, big stop there by Hughes on the stop.
Yeah, and Havre's had some of those chances to make plays for losses like that, and Ethan and Easton have been a little bit elusive, but not on that particular play there. So it puts Belgrade back into a 4th down.
Yeah, so 4th down, it looks like Belgrade's going to go for it. Ball is spotted at about the 22-yard line of Havre. It is 4th and 8 from the 22. Schumacher in shotgun, sending Page in motion, gives it to Page. Page looking to bounce it now back in the inside. He is met by several defenders and drugged down for a very short gain. Very nowhere near the first down marker there, so turnover on downs right back to Havre.
Yeah, Havre, great run fits there. They wall off the jet speed. Ethan tried to cut back like he did on the touchdown, and this time the backside of Havre's defense stays home, and they fold down the line of scrimmage like they should. They don't bite. They fold. They play trailer. they stay flat, and lead them right to the tackle.
So disciplined defense there by Havre gets the stop on 4th down and gives Havre the ball back on offense from their own 21-yard line. 4:46 to go here in the third quarter. Belgrade leads 20-0. Miscommunication here on 1st down, and then dragged down for a loss. Boy, there was a collision between quarterback and running back there on the handoff, and that was disaster there on that 1st down play, and a big, big loss. It's going to bring up now 2nd down and about 17.
Yeah, you can't have those mistakes. You're trying to get back into a football game. And, again, we talked about this. Who's going to take care of the ball? Who's going to take care of the ball, and who's going to make less mistakes? They didn't fumble at anything there. They didn't lose possession. But when you're running into each other, when you're having bad snaps, and the play goes south like that, it's very difficult to get a rhythm.
So now 2nd and 17. Murphy under center. Takes the snap, looks to throw, pressured, and now we have an interception, I believe. No, incomplete. Boy, I believe Travis Bagby was in there. I want to see if that's who almost had the pick. Matt Heinert was in there. Big pressure on the quarterback there, and somehow gets away with an incomplete pass. Would have been a touchdown for the Panthers, but instead it's going to be 3rd down and 17. Havre with the ball at their own 14-yard line. With 3:54 to go here in the third quarter, Panthers leading the Havre Blue Ponies 20-0. 3rd down and long now. Murphy under center, takes the snap. He loses the ball on the snap. Again, the center exchange, fumble and turnover. I believe it is Belgrade's ball. Let me see here. It is recovered by the Panthers, so another big turnover. This one happens at the 15-yard line, so Belgrade once again knocking on the door, but they haven't been able to capitalize lately.
No, I think we've been on the 15-yard line now for about most of the third quarter there, Nate. The teams continue to give the ball back to each other in the same spot, so we're going to find out who's going to capitalize. Either Belgrade's going to score and seal the deal here going to the 4th, or Havre see if they can clean it up and get another good defensive stop. They're playing, their defense again is okay, Havre's, but at this point, you're taking too many chances by your issues on offense.
Looks like we have a timeout on the field taken by the Panthers, and with that timeout, let's take a timeout of our own. We'll take a 60-second break here. You're listening to Belgrade Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Hey, Jill, can you hear me? No, we're still on there. I don't know what's going on. Hey, Jill, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you bring us back from that last break.
What's that?
I didn't hear you count us back from that last break. I don't know if we lost connection.
Oh.
Hey, by the way,
yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
that's all right. We're on a break right now, right?
10 seconds.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, back here at Belgrade High School, 3:50 to go in the third quarter. Belgrade with the ball, 1st down at the Havre 14-yard line, looking to capitalize off the miscommunication, the fumbled snap from Havre is Schumacher in shotgun formation. He loses the snap, ball on the ground. And let's see who came up with it. I think Havre thinks they have the ball.
Yeah, I think the white hat prematurely judged that call there. It looked like Belgrade fell on it initially, but I don't think Belgrade had control. And it looked like actually Havre came away with that ball there, Nate.
Boy, we need to see if MHSA has a record for the most fumbled exchanges from the center to quarterback, because tonight we're looking to break the record. Real sloppy, wet, muddy conditions here at Belgrade High School on homecoming night. Both offensive struggling handling the football. It's just been the difference of as we kept saying, Ethan and Easton, the two speedsters for the Panthers who have made this game 20-0. But right now, just turnovers back and forth from both teams, and we're still waiting for a ruling here. and it may have been an inadvertent whistle that's going to save Belgrade. And that's exactly what it is. The inadvertent whistle from the referee grants Belgrade the ball back. So really a gift there from the referee. Let's see if Belgrade can capitalize. And on the inadvertent whistle, do we repeat the down? Is that what we have here?
Yeah, you just go back to the previous down and possession and start all over again. And it's frustrating as a coach. I've been there. You can't do anything about it. It's just a man-made mistake from the ref, and unfortunately it comes at Havre's, against them, and because they had possession on that fumble.
Right, and at worst, Belgrade recovered it 10 yards back, but now Belgrade just getting a whole second chance on this play, so let's see if they can make the most of it. Play is paused right now. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. We have referee now running a towel onto the field. I think they're going to try to dry up this football a little bit. That's been the biggest problem of the night.
Yeah, trying to keep the balls, dry.
So here we go, 1st and 10 here. Belgrade with another shot at this one. Max Schumacher in shotgun. He rolls to his right. He's going to keep it, and he is taken down in the backfield. A loss on the play. Dion on the stop there, the sophomore for Havre, who you've been hearing all night on this radio call.
Yeah, Havre does a good job of rallying to the ball. The only thing that's hurt him is Easton Neeson squeaking out, making some bigger plays, eluding some tackles, right? And that time, these past few possessions, Havre's has sealed the deal on the run.
So now 2nd down and 11. Schumacher nearly loses the snap and then is brought down for another sack. Tough center exchange there. Loss on the play of about 5 yards will bring up 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, depending on the formation, it's a little bit tougher to go man-to-man on a tight load formation, but oftentimes in weather conditions, if you got decent DBs, bringing more of your guys and playing cover 1 in a game like this against 2 good running backs might be your best bet, like Havre just did right there. But we'll see what they elect to play here defensively.
So 3rd and 16, we have a jump there. Looks like maybe the hard count this time from the Panthers drew the Blue Ponies offsides. This would make it now 3rd and 11, so a little more manageable on the 3rd down play here. And plus with the pretty good field goal kicker, Spencer Gordon, you could get 3 here.
So again, these teams in this whole 3rd quarter, we've been right here, Nate.
Right here on the 15-yard line is getting worn out. Can't see it anymore.
No, fumble, offsides, back and forth, and neither team can capitalize.
Schumacher in shotgun. He has Major to his right. Give is to Major right up the middle and stuffed for a loss. Maybe he got back to the original line of scrimmage there. And there's a little bit of extracurriculars after the play here, and it looks like we have a player for the Blue Ponies who is down. So, yeah, we have a Blue Pony who is down right now being tended to by the athletic training staff. And with that, let's go ahead and step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be back in 30 seconds listening to Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio.
If we got time when you come back, we got a couple scores.
Okay.
Blue Ponies is their mascot, just like Belgrade Panthers.
10 seconds.
So no one saw what happened.
We're coming back in 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, back here at Belgrade High School, we have an injury on the field. It is a Havre Blue Pony defender who's being tended to by the medical staff. There's 1:44 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Belgrade leads this one 20-0, and Belgrade has the ball right now. It'd be 4th and 10, the ball on Havre's 15-yard line. And while we're here waiting for this injury timeout, let's go ahead and check out what we know around the state, some scores from around the state. Andy, what do you know is going on?
Well, our last updates, we have Laurel beating Park right now, 20-8. We have Hamilton over Polson, 35-6. Hamilton looking pretty good as they they have a lot of returning players from last year, a big athletic team. We played them in the playoffs. They were
Yeah, we had a heck of a playoff game with Hamilton here last fall.
Sydney only up 7-0 on Glendive.
Wow.
Keeping it tight, and Billings Central up 21-0 on Hardin right away. And then we have over Class B just down the road, we have had Three Forks 7-0 over Red Lodge. We'll see if those scores have changed. And we want to give another shout out to Three Forks. They had a couple kids hurt in an accident. We wish them and their families all the best in their recovery. Belgrade supporting a 50-50 tonight that heads over to the funds for those couple kids who were hurt over in Three Forks.
All right, back to action here. 4th down play here for the Panthers. Schumacher looks to throw. He is pressured in the pocket and brought down for a sack. So turnover on downs. Guess where the ball's at? The 15-yard line, where it's been all third quarter. It's going to be Havre's ball now with 1:27 to go in the third. Again, Belgrade leads this one 20-0, and Havre really just needs a spark to get this thing going, get off this 15-yard line, and get back in the game.
Yeah, we'll see if Havre can capitalize here. Hopefully they come out and try to establish something with their run game, and they haven't been effective passing the ball at all, and that puts them one-dimensional. But they do have a good running back, but we'll see.
All right, so 1st and 10. Murphy will take this first snap under center. He has one running back behind him. He goes back to throw, throws off his back foot, and it is picked off by the Panthers. That is number 12, and he has got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Riley Berman with the interception for Belgrade.
Yeah, Riley Berman, a great young athlete. He's a sophomore. Even as a freshman, he got a lot of time. Even plays over for the Bandits baseball team and played a lot of time over there. A good athlete, but looked like easy pickings there for Riley. Really wasn't contested all night long. Murphy for Havre at quarterback. He's been throwing off his back foot, and he hasn't really been able and hasn't stepped into a throw and establish his plant leg, and his throws have been short and up in the air. And I know it's rainy and wet, but even when he's not pressured, he's still throwing off his back foot.
Yeah, Riley Berman capitalizes there on the misfire, gets the interception, sets up Belgrade with a first down at the Havre 12-yard line. Only a minute 15 to go here in the third quarter. I don't know how many turnovers we've had in this second half, but boy, it feels like it might be about 6. 3 on each side is almost what it feels like with the turnover on downs, as well as Major looks to go right up the middle, and he picks up about 4 or 5 yards on that first down play. So it will now be 2nd down and 4 to go, and the ball is spotted right around the 5-yard line of Havre.
Yeah, we finally get off the 15-yard line there with a good hard downhill run by Ethan, and I think that was a good play, good play call. Just get into the hands of Ethan, see if we can get some momentum going forward and get a snap and a handoff, and let your playmakers make some plays.
So now Schumacher in shotgun, Major to his right. The give is to Major up the left side, looking for the end zone and getting in for the Belgrade touchdown. Ethan Major with his 2nd touchdown of the night. So 2 for Ethan, 2 for Easton. I'm hoping that you come up with a nickname for these two guys, Ethan and Easton, before the night's over.
Well, it's sad. Who's going to get the tie-breaking touchdown to take the lead? They both got 2 apiece, so.
They do, and Spencer Gordon will try to add the extra point here. Snap is down. Gabe Lynn with the hold, kick on the way, and it is good. So the score now, Belgrade 27, Havre 0. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute break. You are listening to Belgrade Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio.
How long did you want?
1 minute, please.
What's that?
Did you ask how long? Jill, yeah, 1 minute, please, from when we started.
1 minute?
Yeah. Hey, Chet Lehman says hello.
30 seconds.
Okay.
Sorry, the signal on the radio gets worse out here.
Yeah,
the
as the
later it gets,
yeah.
and it's hard to hear you on the monitor. So.
Okay.
Doing my best. 10 seconds.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, back here at Belgrade High School, 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Belgrade just scoring there on the Ethan Major touchdown run, 27-0 now, leading over the Havre Blue Ponies. That touchdown drive was 2 plays, both run plays, covering 15 yards. Ethan Major capping it off with the touchdown. And Spencer Gordon now will send it back to the Blue Ponies here. Kickoff fielded at about the 10-yard line, and then stepping out of bounds, though it was in the deep right corner, fielded in the running back there, the kickoff returner stepped out of bounds right as he picked up the ball, so it's going to be Havre's ball right in the spot we've been looking at the entire third quarter, right in between about the 15 and 10-yard line. So just 29 seconds here to go until the end of the third quarter. Havre breaks their huddle. Murphy will have 2 running backs behind him, a fullback and a tailback, and then 2 receivers to each side. Seems to be some confusion here before we get play started on this new possession. I want to make sure you guys, if you're trying to check out scores from around the state, to follow Dan Chestnut on Twitter. Always keeping you up to date.
Got baseball?
And again, I'm not sure what the confusion is here before we start this offensive possession here for the Blue Ponies, but either way, ready to go. 1st and 10, Murphy under center, gives it to his running back, Dion, who gets around the right side, but only can pick up a yard or so as he stretches that play around the perimeter.
Yeah, but that's what they have to try to establish, an in-and-out game with Dion, and maybe mix in a couple other plays for a couple other guys. But they gotta continue, even though they're down 27-0, establish something with him. But that looks like to be the final play of the third quarter there, Nate.
All right, so that is the end of the third quarter. Belgrade Panthers leading the Havre Blue Ponies 27-0 here on wet, soggy homecoming night. And as we get ready to start the fourth quarter, let's go ahead and step away for a 1-minute break. You're listening to Belgrade Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. She was saying
30 or 60?
60, please.
Okay.
It's staticky. As it gets later in the night, the reception gets worse. And so it's harder for Jill to hear is what she was saying.
Yeah, Les said, hold on.
What do you got there?
30 seconds.
Oh, I've already got that one. I don't know what that is. Okay.
Yeah. Ten seconds. Five, four, three, two, one.
All right, ready to go here. Fourth quarter at Belgrade High School. Havre with the ball. 2nd down and 10. Looking to pass. Murphy throwing across the middle. And I think this pass is intercepted. And it is intercepted at the 18-yard line. I want to see who came up with that ball. Blade Vega with the interception. That's another name for the Panthers we hear all over defense there. Blade Vega gets the interception there, gives Belgrade the ball at the 18-yard line, heading in here This
Yeah,
has been a
little-
really sloppy second
well,
half.
yeah, a little frustrated there. Again, he throws off his back foot. And when you do that consistently, bad things are going to continue to happen. And Belgrade's going to try to capitalize on short field again. 1st and 10 on the 18. Max Schumacher in shotgun.
Schumacher takes the snap. He is going to keep it himself.
Dyson Cheney.
Dyson
actually.
Cheney, we have a new quarterback in. Got to tell you, we have some rain here on the glass at the press box. It's causing some vision issues, and Dyson Cheney sneaks in there and takes that snap and picks up a couple yards up the middle in the QB keeper.
Well, and it's great. It's a great thing to see him in there. He's a good quarterback. Being around Dyson, he's got good instincts. He's got fairly good football smarts, and probably going to be in there most of the 4th quarter. So this is going to be great reps for him.
11:30 to go here in the 4th quarter. Cheney takes the snap. He gives it to his running back, fighting for yardage. That's
Number 40, huh?
Zach
Number 40,
Marsh
yeah.
on the carry. Yeah, we saw Zach Marsh a couple weeks ago against Park have some nice carries, and it looks like we're going to see him here in the 4th quarter. So Zach Marsh there picks up a couple yards, gets a first down here for the Panthers. It will be 1st and goal at the Havre, I believe, 6-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 6, 11 minutes and counting here in this game. Panthers leading 27-0. Cheney takes the snap. Give right up the middle. Riley Cage on the carry, and he takes it down all the way to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Briley did a nice job running it down to almost the goal line there for the score. And now we got 2 new running backs in there, and they're good runners as well. A little bit different style than Easton and Ethan. Pretty much predominantly downhill runners. Not going to see a whole lot of cutting, but they're gonna run hard, and they've shown that in these last 2 plays.
Yeah, that last run by Briley Cage. Briley last year helped us out on some of these broadcasts. Now he's out on the field. Nearly scored a touchdown on that last play, and he's going to get another chance at it, and let's see if he is in. He is. Briley Cage with the touchdown for the Belgrade Panthers. 10-10 to go now in the 4th quarter, and the score is now 33-0 as we will await the extra point. It seems as though we may have a player down on the field. I believe it is a Havre Blue Pony who will be attended to by the training staff here. But Briley Cage with the 1-yard touchdown run, sophomore, getting some varsity action and finds his way in the end zone.
Yeah, again, it's good to see these younger kids in there getting reps. And we see the nice thing is at all 3 of those spots, quarterback and both running backs, there's not really a letdown. Dyson, again, does a great job running the offense there. Looks like his snaps are clean and crisp, good handoffs, and Zach and Briley running hard.
All right, so while we're waiting here for this injury, let's go ahead, and we've got 3 score updates from around the state. Andy, what do you got from us around the state on the scores?
Yeah, in the 3rd quarter there, Billings Central continued to extend their lead over Hardin. They're up 28-0 in the 3rd on Hardin in Eastern Conference play. Miles City and Lewistown, that's a big game too. In the Eastern Conference, Belgrade losing to Miles City last week. This week, Miles City has Lewistown, and it is 6-2 in the 3rd quarter. Kind of a baseball score, but 6-2, that is confirmed. So we'll see if we get another update to see if it gets more like a football score. And then we got Laurel up on Park still 20-8 in the 3rd, and Sydney also has extended their lead 21-2 in the 3rd quarter as well. So those are your Eastern scores, Eastern Conference scores.
All right, so again, Belgrade just coming off of the touchdown. I'll give you the stats on the scoring drive. Took up 1 minute and 52 seconds, covering 18 yards on 4 running plays. Briley Cage caps it off with the 1-yard touchdown run. Looks like we have the player tended to and off the field now. So now ready to attempt the extra point is this John Mears. Yeah, John Mears is going to attempt the extra point here for Belgrade. That's a familiar name kicking. Last year, if you remember, had the big field goal over Hamilton in the playoffs. And let's see if he can add the extra point. Kick is on the way, and it is good. So John Mears adds the extra point. Score is now Belgrade 34, Havre 0, 10-10 to go in the 4th quarter. We will step aside for 1 minute. You are listening to Belgrade Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Back in 60 seconds.
Yeah, so I can actually hear you better on the monitor than on the radio now. But
Oh, really?
Les said a construction company snapped up the.
Did you hear this?
30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds, yeah. What was Les saying?
A construction company snapped off a wire on the ESPN tower on TV, so it's like intermittent where the AM signal comes in.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I can't get it good in here, so that's 10 seconds.
Well, we'll just keep going because we're on YouTube also.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, back here at Belgrade High School, 10-10 to go in the fourth quarter. Panthers leading the Havre Blue Ponies 34-0. Belgrade here ready to kick off. Spencer Gordon will be kicking off for Belgrade. And deep to receive for Havre. I'm trying to catch a number here. Tough to see the numbers on some of these players with the wet conditions. Looks like it is number 6, Brock Nystrom.
Yeah, we haven't been on this side of the field deep very much, so.
Nystrom fields the kick, heads up across near the 30-yard line, and then is drugged backwards at about the 28.
Yeah,
so
one hopper takes off the one hopper and then just gets stoned.
Right, so it has been a tough second half here for Havre, and with this ball being placed in really a game of field position, and Havre right now, this ball is going to be spotted at about the 28-yard line, and I think this is as far as Havre's gotten so far in the second half.
Yeah, they haven't had great field position, Nate, and you're right. So we'll see if they can get to at least the 40 or 50 here and put a drive together.
Under center, Murphy takes the snap. Give is to the fullback and met in the backfield by several Belgrade defenders. Loss on the play. Heath with the carry. And Riley Wirtz on the stop for the Panthers.
Yeah, nice job by Riley there. Havre with a counter, good read. Staying nice and tight in his fit, pushing the guy off and stone the running back right in the hole.
Brings up 2nd and 13 with 9:34 to go here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun now, Murphy takes the snap, looks to throw to the outside. He does, and that ball is tipped around. A couple of players could have had it, including maybe a Panther there, is incomplete. It will bring up 3rd down and long. Havre from their own 26-yard line, about 3rd and 13.
Yeah, Havre just can't get anything going in the pass right now, and it just, when it makes you that one-dimensional and your running game's not going, it's tough. It's tough.
Now shotgun formation, Murphy, ball on the ground. He picks it up, throws to his tailback in the flats. In a little bit of room here, 1st down and more, and off to the races. I believe this is Dion. He is going to score here. So this is what the Blue Ponies needed. Touchdown, Havre.
Flag in the backfield.
And there is a flag on the play. And let's wait here and see. And it is going to be called against the Havre Blue Ponies. So that negates about a 75-yard pass, mostly after the catch run there. But it's all coming back from the holding.
And now that's an 85-yard loss.
85-yard swing on this play, and it's going to be Havre now with a 3rd and very long from about their own, inside their own 20.
It must have been pretty bad because we haven't seen a hold in a long time in the past couple games, and finally Havre makes the right call. You dump it to the running back, which is what Murphy needed to do all night. Hit something short and easy to get a playmaker out in open field. They did, and then they get the penalty. So they can't catch a break. Either they're turning the ball over or penalties are hurting them.
So that will back things up and create I believe this is 3rd and very long. There's 9:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Score is 34-0, Belgrade leading. And it's actually going to be second down, so I apologize, but it's going to be second down. Havre has the ball on their own 10.
Yeah, close to 2nd and 30.
Yeah, we'll call it 2nd and 30, Havre from their own 10-yard line. Murphy will be in shotgun formation. One running back next to him. Loses the snap.
But
And
he regains quick control, gets it right to the running back. Running back that makes a great job of just handling the ball to get a little something.
boy, I'll be honest, I did not see anything that happened out there other than that he lost the hold of the ball. I'm glad you caught that, Andy. It's going to bring up 3rd and very long. We'll call it 3rd and 30. Jackson Murphy on the stop for the Panthers. .8:35 to go and counting now in the 4th quarter. Under center, Murphy takes the snap. He looks to throw. He's pressured. He heaves it over the middle, and it is caught. It is well short of a first down, though, as there was 30 yards needed, and we picked up about half of that, so about a 15-yard pickup. It's going to bring up 4th and 15.
Yeah, and that's really all you can ask right there. Quarterback was getting pressured there. Throws off his back foot again. His receiver makes a great play coming across the middle. Bails the quarterback out there. And Belgrade had nice pressure on the backside. But Havre gets the ball off and puts him down in a manageable 4th and 10.
So punting now, it looks like a fake punt, and there is room to run. This will be close to first down yardage, and the first down is picked up and more. And now down the right sideline, Havre going across the 10, the 5, touchdown Havre. I believe that was number 8 for the Blue Ponies in punt formation, Ivor Agason. There are no flags on the play. Touchdown Havre Blue Ponies, and well, they get it back on the fake punt.
Yeah, that's the right call right there. I mean, a great call. They see something to the wide side. Belgrade not paying attention to that side. Must have missed their punt fake call. Always got to check. Always got to check fake. That's the first step you do. Even if you have a all-out punt block on, there's usually checks underneath that, and you're up 34-0, and sometimes those little things happen, and maybe he had some young guys in there, but it's good experience for him to learn that. You always got to check fake on that, do your job, and do it at every point in time in the game. But Havre capitalizes on that mistake by Belgrade.
Ivor Agason with the touchdown. Now a fake on the extra point is incomplete, so 34-6 here, 7:40 to go in the 4th quarter. Let's go ahead and step aside for 1 minute. You are listening to Belgrade Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Thank you.
Yeah, well,
You say that again, Jill?
30?
I said 60, but we can do 30 if you want.
Oh, no, 60's good.
Okay.
I just didn't hear what you said. Just checking.
thanks again to all of our YouTubers tonight watching homecoming.
We absolutely shattered a Panther Live YouTube record. Previous record was last year basketball
30
season
seconds.
against Dillon, and we had 37 live views at the time. Plenty of reruns afterwards, but tonight we got up to 90, so nearly tripling our record on Panther Live tonight. The bad weather might have helped that out.
Yeah, but it's nice that our community can still connect when maybe you don't want to drag the kids out in pouring rain, and
10.
you can still watch and support your Belgrade Panthers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, back here, 7:40 to go in this game. Belgrade Panthers leading the Havre Blue Ponies 34-6. Kicking off now for the Blue Ponies after that touchdown. And this ball is going to trickle out of bounds and give Belgrade the ball back. Let's go ahead and break down Havre's scoring drive. Drive covered 69 yards over 4 plays, took off 2:24 off the clock, and it was really the one big play there, the fake punt that gets into the end zone, but also got to note the swing pass out of the backfield that went for a touchdown but was called back. Havre able to recover from that. And on the kickoff here, it looks like we have a penalty against Havre. I believe it's going to be for the ball going out of bounds. So Belgrade will start with the ball at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, and another update. Miles City goes up 12-2 on Lewistown. So it looks like we're going to have probably a host of teams going 2-2 in the conference. So we'll evaluate that as we get closer to the end of the game here.
Dyson Cheney in at quarterback for the Panthers. He's got 2 running backs with him. Snap, pass, Cheney. He's going to run back and try to pick this one up at his own 10-yard line and is taken down. Big loss on the play. Belgrade was at their own 35. That snap rolled all the way back near the 10-yard line before Cheney was able to cover it up.
Now we will have deja vu. It will now be 2nd and 30.
Second and 30.
We've seen those.
We have seen some long distance situations here. The weather has certainly played a factor in tonight's game. Really the toughest part, the center getting the ball back to the quarterback. Quite a few turnovers on both sides. Belgrade just able to capitalize a few times more as Cheney takes this snap. He gives right up the middle and bursting through for just a couple of yards. I'm going to try to catch a number here for the Panthers as we are now into some younger players that we haven't seen. That might have been Gabe Lynn, number 3.
No, I think it's still Briley Cage.
That's Briley Cage. Okay, yeah. Gabe Lynn comes out of the huddle, and but that was Briley Cage on the carry. Cage showed some nice explosive speed there.
Yeah, number 6, Briley Cage. I train him in strength and conditioning class. He's a hard worker, and he's coming along just right, and it's good to see him have some success in the field.
All right, Andy Demjanovic, our strength and conditioning teacher here at Belgrade High School. So, boy, we've seen some speed out of the Belgrade running backs. You want to take some credit for those guys?
No, they just put a lot of time in. When a kid commits to a program and commits to building their skill and speed, it definitely pays off.
All right, well, the drive stalls out for the Panthers after the long yardage situation. It'll be a 4th down punting situation here for Belgrade. Looks like we might have a substitution issue here as Belgrade only had 10 men on the field as Marsh makes the 11th here. Belgrade shifts to their shield punt formation. Punt is away. Nice punt, rolls past midfield and is fumbled, but I believe recovered by Havre. That was Travis Bagby on the punt.
Yeah, number 5 for Havre, Ethan Roberts, who's made some great defensive plays, made actually a mistake there. He didn't decide whether he should pick that ball up with bounce. There was no bounce. There hasn't been much bounce tonight because the field's so wet, and he handles that ball prematurely, and then he pays for it as the Belgrade defender got so close. He probably should have let that go.
So it's going to be Havre's ball, 1st down and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Again, Belgrade leading in this game 34-6 with 5:23 to go in the 4th quarter. Belgrade with most of their second team in at this point.
Yeah, it's great reps when you're up and you can get your young kids reps for a full quarter. Havre snap, hand off to Dion. Looked like it was going to be for a loss of 2, and instead he picks up about 5-6 yards on the play to get Havre back to about 2nd and 5 for the Havre Blue Ponies. Belgrade had him wrapped up in the backfield, but he squeezes out of it by good hard-nosed running and picks up 5.
Yeah, again, got to note Mason Dion, just a sophomore here for Havre. So bright future for Mason Dion and some young Havre Blue Ponies. Tonight, not their night. Struggled here in the weather, trailing 34-6 now with just 4:48 to go in this game. Murphy under center. Takes the snap, looks to throw, pressured right away, and taken down by number 72.
Jackson Murphy.
That was Jackson Murphy on the sack. Big play for Jackson Murphy. Loss on the play is going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 for Havre, back now to their own 42-yard line. Jackson Murphy right off the ball, immediate penetration right to the quarterback. Now 4:12 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Panthers leading 34-6.
4 to go. I think Havre will continue to get touches here with the running backs, and got to delay a game call on Havre Blue Ponies, which will push them back 5 yards. So now it's going to put them back into a 3rd and 16. Another penalty by Havre. They just can't catch a break. They're not playing clean. They've turned the ball over, and it's led to a 34-6 score. They've had some moments on offense and even some good moments on defense, but between the penalties and the turnovers, it's just something they haven't been able to overcome.
Back to pass now, looking deep. Ball tipped and incomplete. I believe at quarterback now is Austin Wombold for Havre. Again, Havre has some of those numerals that are tougher to read, and then with some of the conditions tonight, we're having trouble here spotting some of these Havre players. But that pass, anyway, was incomplete deep down the right sideline. Brings up a 4th and very long, 4th and 16 to be exact. And so Havre will punt deep to return for the Panthers.
Looks like Easton Page.
Is Easton Page back in the game here?
We'll see if he can break the touchdown disparity between him and Ethan. And he cannot. He leaves the punt alone.
So the punt rolls to a stop at about the 29-yard line, which is where Belgrade will begin on offense here again. 3:43 to go in this game. Score is 34-6. Belgrade leading here on a wet, soggy homecoming night. Still a nice crowd on hand. Plenty of students came out to support the Panthers. See a lot of parents here covered up in umbrellas as well. So nice night here. Nice weekend, I should say, here in Belgrade for what we got going on. The weather not quite cooperating, but homecoming weekend, fall festival, and
yeah, we got the parade in the morning, and hopefully it's a little bit nicer weather.
Yeah, not planned. The weather's going to be hanging around, it looks like, as Cheney is in shotgun. He takes the snap, gives to Cage.
Well, thanks for ruining the fall festival in the morning.
Fall festival will be a little snowy, maybe.
Oh, okay.
As Cage loses a couple yards there on that first down play, is going to bring up 2nd and 12. Now 3:26 in counting in this game. Panthers leading 34-6.
Yeah, this is a big game for the Panthers. Puts them at 2-2 in the conference.
Cheney now in shotgun takes the snap. Give up the middle to Marsh. And Marsh is going to pick up some positive yardage here. It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, I like how he runs. I like how Briley runs. They sure run hard, and it's nice that the Panthers know that they have a mix-up of running backs between 4 running backs, different styles and athleticism, but they all perform. And it looks like, boy, a couple more carries like that, he could break out of one of those piles.
Cameron Kapanos runs in the play from the Panthers sideline. 2:25 to go in this game. 3rd down and 8 as Cheney's in shotgun with 2 running backs to his side. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, and he is going to be drugged down in the backfield for a loss on the play. Will bring up now 4th down.
Yeah, Belgrade having snap troubles all night long. And I know it's the rain, but when you're playing in these elements, both teams have to go through it, and you've got to work on cleaning that up best as possible. And both teams have done it tonight, but it's put both teams in pretty bad situations.
Travis Bagby to punt for the Panthers. Back deep for the Blue Ponies, looks like number 24, Brady Ofus. As this punt is low and will just skip on the ground and then recovered right at about midfield by the Blue Ponies. So Havre's going to start with the ball here right at the 50-yard line. Just a minute 29 to go in this game. Belgrade leads at 34-6.
Yeah, Ofus, actually that was kind of a smart play. There was Belgrade didn't know where that punt went. And if he could have fielded that cleanly, which he did field it cleanly, but he just lost his footing, he might have brought that to the house. There was nobody there, and he caught it on the run. So that's tough to adjust when you're on a punt coverage at that point. But he just slips, and it saves Belgrade from probably getting their 2nd touchdown scored on him.
So 1st and 10 from midfield. Back to pass. Wombold looking across the middle. He has a receiver. This pass is complete, and now off to the races and inside the Belgrade 25-yard line. I want to see if I can get a number on this receiver. Number 5 for the Blue Ponies, that's Ethan Roberts. Roberts, we've heard him on the defensive side a couple times tonight with a few big touchdown-saving tackles. Nice route across the middle and then yards after the catch.
Yeah, the old little Chicago dig route there coming across the middle of the quarterback. You know, he made a better throw there, a little bit more balanced, stepped into his throw and hit his receiver in stride there.
So 1st and 10, ball inside the Belgrade 25-yard line. Havre here on offense. 1 minute to go in this game. Wombold in shotgun throws to his tailback. Can't shake the first tackler. Nice stop by Kapanos.
That is, but that's another nice play by Havre. Their quarterback right now is doing a good job of finding the right read and receiver and doing what's within his realm. And he's getting a little bit of protection too tonight, or in these last phases with these young kids.
Now just 35 seconds and counting. Havre not rushing to the line here, though they are on the Belgrade 21-yard line. 2nd down and 7 to go. Wombold with a tough shotgun snap over his head. He picks it up, shakes the one defender, tries to make a limit, then pitches the ball. It's on the ground and recovered by the Panthers. So why not end the game there with a turnover again for the Belgrade defense? Just 15 seconds to go, and all Belgrade will need to do is send out the offense for one knee, and this game's going to be over.
Yeah, and for the viewers at home there, that was not a forward pass. He did try to pass it to a buddy lineman, but it was going at a backward angle, so that's a live football. That's not an incomplete pass there. So try to pitch it to one of his linemen or whoever was there at the time, but it was coming backwards, so that's a live football.
So Belgrade here on offense, just 15 seconds to go. Panthers leading 34-6, and Dyson Cheney will be able to just run one final play here as Cheney takes the snap, and he takes a knee, and that will do it tonight as our final score is Belgrade 34, Havre 6. Let's step aside for 1 minute and then wrap this one up. So we'll go ahead and take a 1 minute break. You're listening to Belgrade Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. Hey, stay on for like another minute, Barron.
Can you give me that score? Miles City, Lewistown.
Hey, Jill, you with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm there.
We're going to do about 2 minutes to wrap it up, and then we're going to close it off and be done.
Okay.
Hey, Barron, stay live for me. Okay. Okay.
30 seconds.
Hey, do we know total turnovers? Anyone got turnovers on the game? 2? Nope. No. Can I call it a dozen?
Park City 73, Broadview line of 0.
Those are really good.
That's a nice round
Awesome.
number.
Good job, Isaiah. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
My timer's not working, so I'm just going to tell you when you're on.
Okay. We're getting close here.
All right, you're on.
All right, back here at Belgrade High School, we have a final score. Belgrade Panthers win on homecoming night 34-6 over the Havre Blue Ponies. A real sloppy night here at Belgrade High School, but the Panthers come away with the homecoming win, and winning on homecoming is that's one of the best games you can win on the season there, Coach D. And just break down this one. Give us the final analysis of it.
Yeah, I think what allowed Belgrade to take the lead was they established their running game, which Coach Lewis had that game plan going in. He brought in some more running formation packages. And Easton and Ethan both with 2 touchdowns apiece tonight showed that was probably the best bet, is to get the run game going and put the ball into their hands. And you saw by some of those runs, they made some athletic plays. And then Havre had a lot of miscues on offense, from penalties to fumbles to bad snaps, and they could just never get anything going. They had a bright spot. I think their run game's okay. Like you said, they have a nice sophomore running back, Mason Dion, but it was too much. Belgrade's running game was just too much for them tonight between Ethan and Easton.
Yeah, I think the sloppy conditions definitely played a big part in tonight's game, and Belgrade was able to capitalize on those. Quite a few turnovers on both sides. But anyway, Panthers come out with the 34-6 win. We will be back on the radio 1 week from tonight when the Laurel Locomotives visit the Belgrade Panthers. Belgrade now at 2-2, looking to get on the winning record side next week. And
Laurel is now top of the conference. Will be top of the conference, tied with Sydney at 4-0. So that's a big game for Belgrade. See if they can knock off the top team in the conference right now. We couldn't quite do it against Sydney, but Billings Central will go to 3-1. Glendive goes to 2-2. Lewistown looking to go 2-2. Miles City will go to 2-2, and now Belgrade's at 2-2. So we got 4 teams right now at 2-2, vying for those bottom spots in the conference. Spots, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So those teams are probably going to get likely to get in automatically. How it's going to pan out. Now they're just fighting for those seeds.
Gotcha. So next week, a big one as Laurel comes to town. Be sure to tune in with us here on KBOZ ESPN Radio. That's all for tonight. Panthers win 34-6 on homecoming. Make sure you tune in 1 week from tonight as we will be back with the Belgrade Panthers hosting the Laurel Locomotives. Thanks for listening to Belgrade Panther football on KBOZ ESPN Radio. All right, thanks, Jill.
Yeah, well, I'll talk to you next week.
Okay, yeah, are you going to be you'll be on it for next week as well?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know if there's anything that we can do different or better to help you out. So.
What's that?
Was everything all right? Is there anything we can do better next week for you?
Yeah, hopefully. I'm not sure what's going on with that whole wire deal.
Yeah.
But
as far as our communication goes, is there anything I can do different for you, or was that good?
I think you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just the equipment.
Okay.
What we're working with here. So.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. I'll get a hold of you next week.
Okay, done.
All right. Thanks. We'll see you.
Okay.
All right. And then Panther Live listeners, again, thanks for setting our new record for number of viewers on a single game. Again, I saw we broke across 90 people tuned in at once. Baron Vandenbroek, the Panther Live president, pumping his fist saying, all right, put together a really nice broadcast. So glad you guys could enjoy that. Couldn't make it out here in the rain. We will be back next week with the Laurel football game, and then pretty soon coming into October, we'll have some Panther soccer and more volleyball as well. So make sure you're tuned in to Panther Live for all the sports here this fall, and then, of course, we'll be rolling through the winter as well. So we'll see you next week. For Panther Live, this is Nate Parsegan and Andy Demjanovich. We will see you next week.